Yes, welcome back to another Ace Attorney Investigations. I'm so excited to play this final episode. Probably this is the second part of a 3 or 4 parter. Probably there's gonna be 2 more sessions of this. Then only then we'll finish investigations. Then we'll continue with investigations 2. But yes, I don't really remember much of this case, so it's gonna be fun. Gonna be not fumbling all around and stuff, you know, with looking for clues. All right. Anyways, without further ado, let's just jump right in. Continue. Funny story. I have an appointment in 3 hours, 5 minutes to get the students from lesson 2 swimmer will take out all my cans. It should be fine. Just thinking, I think that's not gonna be like painful, I think. But yeah, hope you all the best for you in recovering from your wisdom tooth removal. March 14th. 7:44 p.m. Theatrum Neutralis lobby. Oh, I need to do this guy's voice. Count off. Okay. One. Shifu. 99 callouts, so all 99 members are most likely here and accounted for, sir. Hey, you! Yeah, you! The second number 1 from my right. Sir? Yeah, sir. Here, a birthday present for you. What? Shifu, I didn't know that you knew all of our birthdays. What a kind heart you have, Shifu. You are more of a man than we'll ever be, sir. Oh, I'm really sorry, but it's not my birthday. Lang Zi says, a cop who disrespects others soon feels the disciplinary bite of an elder. That present isn't for you. It's for your younger brother's wife's younger brother. Okay. Tell him I say hi and happy birthday, won't you? Yes, sir. Shifu, I can't believe you remember that much about each of us. Shifu, I'm so moved that I can't stop crying. Okay. So dramatic. I should probably leave them to their alone time. Alright, meeting's over. Everyone, head for your posts. Dismissed. Ah! So many police officers, yet none of them caught the killer. Useless. Yo! Were you guys there the whole time? I got a call from Shina, and she's already filled me in. It sounds like you're out to get in my way again. I have absolutely no intention of interrupting your investigation. I simply request that you grant me permission to investigate the Albastian embassy. There is always a police is useless. Yes. And what if I say no? Objection! Agent... sorry. Oh my god. Agent Lang, this man is my subordinate. As I have received permission from the ambassador, he is to be extended the same rights. Sorry, sis, but it's not that simple. Albas has the strictest immigration regulations in the world, or didn't you know? Even among my elite men, only about half of them were admitted into the country. Besides, any more cooks in the kitchen and we might spoil the soup if you get what I mean. How dare you make such assumptions? Don't take this the wrong way, but I thought I was in charge of all best, Miss Von Karma. No, try to understand, okay? Things over in Albest are a bit of a mess right now. What do you mean by a bit of a mess? No one told you? We had an incident in Albest as well. This is what we call a decision based on the investigation, Mr. Prosecutor. Yeah, any Hong Kong accent? Is this Hong Kong accent? I don't know, man. Look, Wolfie, just let us in already. Oh no, I need to do an old man European voice. Sounds a little like how the people in my video talk. Okay, let's go. Is there a problem here, Agent Long? Not really. Just having a discussion about whether or not to let these guys in. Ambassador Alba, I ask that you please allow these people to join the investigation. Having a debate because of my country. I'm terribly sorry for placing you good people in that kind of situation. It is all because I lack the strength to govern well. Please, it is nothing of the sort, Ambassador. You weakling crackers! Curse your frailty and inability to vaccinate your country! What are you? The thing is, investigations conducted in my country have been under Agent Long, and it is my judgment that in order to minimize disruption in investigation, I should leave everything up to Agent Long. There, you see? Oh, no way! Oh. It's All Might. He looks like All Might, right? I never made a like a statement on him. I was just like at the back of my mind, hey, it looks like that guy from My Hero Academia, right? Ambassador Alba, I asked you to oh no, how do I do his voice again? It's like Ambassador Alba, I asked you to please reconsider letting them into Albest. Who's that? My very own secretary has been murdered in the Barbalis embassy. And he was apparently caught up in some very shady dealings completely unbeknownst to me. I ask for your cooperation in our investigation. These aren't much, but I hope they can cover your travel expenses to Babal someday. Alright, I get it. Even if you back Ambassador Alba, I still have to give the final okay anyway. Alright, you hear that, Mr. Edgeworth? We're in. Not so fast, my little crow girl. You're still a witness in the Babal murder. So I'd like you to please stay in the Republic of Babal. Detective Gumshoe, please take good care of Kay for me. Yes, sir. Sounds good to me. The fewer troublemakers, the better. Rasp! I don't know, what was that supposed to be? Rasp. This is like a cat sound, but it shouldn't be like hiss. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth. Yes. So I wanted to ask for a while now, but that lady over there, is she who I think she is? Ah, that's right. I didn't introduce the two of you yet. Franziska Von Karma, the prosecutorial prodigy. It's nice to see you again. Ooh, I knew it. You're the whip lady. You may address me as Miss Von Karma. Miss Von Karma, I leave the investigation of Albest in your hands. Thanks. As is short, I will outsmart both the smuggling ring and the Yatagara soon. The smuggling ring, huh? Perhaps I should ask Francisca a bit more about them before I head into Alvest. I mustn't forget to thank Ambassador Paleno for all that he has done for me. Alright. You've made so much progress in your investigation in such a short period of time. It's truly amazing. Agent Hicks, whose help I have requested, was cut down before he completed his task. Oh no. Oh man. My nose suddenly was very itchy. Excuse me. Oh my god. Let me hydrate a bit before I continue. Oh boy. Maybe it's because I just woke up. My nose is very stuffy. So that's why also you may hear me sounding different a bit, more nasally. I apologize for that. Hope I'm good for tonight. Oh no, that's not good. I don't think if a flu will be you will quickly recover from it. But yeah, if you don't, you're not well, please do rest. Anyhow. Oh, flashback. There is no room for a further failure in my perfect investigation. In spite of that, I believe you were able to obtain some insight into the ring, correct? It was nothing. I simply made some deductions based on the smuggled item I was following. You mean Barbalus ink? Why are there restrictions on the export of Barbalus ink to begin with? That's classified Interpol info. Hold it! That was my voice. Okay. Francisca, as your subordinate, I'm a part of your investigation now. Don't you think it would be beneficial if I was as well informed as you? Point taken. Very well. I'll fill you in. Recently, we discovered some very well-made counterfeit bills circulating in Zhengfa. Counterfeit bills? Yes, as you may have deduced, the counterfeits are being made with Babel's special Babelis ink. It's virtually impossible to distinguish bills made with Babelis ink from real ones. Thus, it was only natural for Interpol to keep an eye on the Republic of Babel. Babel, I don't know how to pronounce that. It's where this document comes into play, correct? Correct. Mr. Kocher was smuggling large amounts of Babelis ink. Furthermore, he was charged with running the embassy's printing equipment. That's all the evidence I need to know that he was the head of the smuggling ring. However, there remains one tiny problem. Let me guess. You still have yet to find the counterfeit bills or the smuggled ink. Yes, and while we are listing things, I may as well add the counterfeit plates to the pile. Since we haven't been able to locate any of these items in the Barbalus embassy, they are looking into the Arbalestian embassy next. Doesn't matter where they're hidden, mark my words, I will find them. Alright. Maybe we're Barbalus ink now in the subscription Zhengfa. It's hard to tell they are fake. Alright. How about this dude? Ambassador Paleno, I'm in your debt. No, it's nothing. Because it's all about I can do for you, I'm afraid. I only ask that you please bring Manny's killer to justice. I will, Ambassador, on my honor. Wow, you're so sensational. You really piqued my curiosity. I know they aren't much, but know that I'm giving them to you heartily. The accent is all over the place. I have no idea. I tried to do some sort of like, I don't know, Swedish accent, but I don't really think that is Swedish. And it's also just, it changes all over the place. No, that's quite alright. Oh, well, how about this then? And what exactly is, we just talked about that, Edgeworth. It's a fountain pen ink. known as Bubbles ink. It's made exclusively in bubble. So this is Bubbles ink. We make it from red crystal oil, which is mined through our mineral mines. Please accept this ink. One tip of your fountain pen is this, and you can write for hours in your organizer. How fortunate for me. Ink in my pen just happened to have run out. I gladly accept your gracious gift. Limited ink because of its use in counterfeiting. Special white crystal oil. Okay. Oil-based ink. Great! Wonderful! I guarantee to you that writing with our ink is an unforgettable experience. Since we don't export it, if you run out of your order, it's welcome to come and visit our fair nation. Talk about cornering the customer along with the market. Well, shall we get going? What's wrong, Kay? I didn't get permission to enter our best, so we're going to gather whatever info we can over the Bubbles side, okay? Alright, I'm counting on you two. Right, and I'm counting on you and Miss One Karma to sniff out clues in our best. Oh, and Mr. Edgeworth, if you happen to come across my phony, you let me know, okay? If you tell me, I'll rush over straight away no matter where you are. No. I'll let you know when the time comes. Oh. Wow. It's, Steel Samurai. What do you think you're doing to my subordinate? You're... Oh, it's this guy. Oh no, what's his name again? Oh man. The guy that's always... Pooh? Fart? What's his name? I think there's some joke with this, like farts or something. Oh gee, oh thank the heavens you're here. I'm in a really big pickle, your lordship. The raven appeared, poof, and then it disappeared. Swoon. And though I'm the Steel Samurai, my sword, I'm so confused. I don't know what anything means anymore. Who is this fruitcake? Oh yeah, butts. Yeah. Why can't I think of that word? I think of poop, fart, but not butts. Anyways, I'm Larry of the House of Butts, married man of Neo Tokyo, milady. Now I remember. This person's fond of your friends, isn't he, Miles? Yes, frighteningly enough, he is. And for Dreams Crush seeing Larry come out of Steel Samurai costume. Hey, what's up with that answer? Your best buddy's in a bind, and you act like it's no big deal. What sort of bind are we talking about here? The suspect kind. I accidentally became a suspect in a murder. I see. That is quite a bind. Not that we are in the least bit surprised. Yes, I pretty much expected this news. From the instant I saw this unlucky face. His name is Larry Butts. I've known him since grade school, and for as long as I've known him, he has been the world's largest source of trouble with a capital T. Hey, what kind of introduction is that? You're so mean, Edgy. If you're not careful, you might find your tiny number of friends go down by one. It was uncalled for. Besides, you're... Wait, hold on. Larry, it was you? You're the one who wrote my Steel Samurai autograph. Hmm? Oh, you didn't notice earlier? I even wink at you through my headpiece. Oh, wink wink. What's going on? And why are you betrayed? Sorry, but could you not speak to me right now? Oh, sorry. Am I interrupting your comical yet melodramatic play? Aha. So this is the incident you mentioned earlier. Mr. Prosecutor, this childhood friend of yours, is our prime suspect. Of what, you ask? Of the murder of a man who was said snuck into this embassy. Master Second. Master Second? Oh no! I don't think it's the same person though. But also interesting, reintroducing another character from a previous title. Only Larry could get himself into yet another mess as fine as this. No matter what the facts seem to say, Larry is not the type to commit murder. Still, it's a rather daunting stroke of misfortune I've struck. I have to prove that Larry Butts is innocent of all wrongdoing. Shifu, we've identified the victim. Good work. I'll take that report now. Agent Lang, would you mind if I took a peek at it as well? What did I tell you earlier, Mr. Prosecutor? Don't get in my way. There's only enough flesh here to feed one wolf, and that one is me. So no, you may not take a peek. But Agent Lang, sorry. He's here. I didn't think this detective would be back again. Oh no, I have to do so many people's voice, man. Agent Lang, will you allow an investigator such as myself to take a look? Ah yes, of course. Let the detective see the file. You're Detective Bat. You're the prosecutor, Mr. Edgeworth, right? Fancy meeting you here, detective. Hey, try saying that when you play any Danganronpa game. What do you mean? Oh yeah, you mean that. Like, always using a character from previous title. 12 in the... Oh, 12, see. That's it, I see, that's what you mean. Now, yeah, that can be very crazy. You weren't expecting me. Ever since that day 7 years ago, I've chased after the Yatagarasu non-stop. I even pressured Interpol into keeping me in the loop in case a card was ever found. What incredible dedication to the case. Detective Bat knows the Yatagara's MO very well, and his passion for the chase hasn't died down in these 7 long years. It's something I can respect. But Detective Bat, I must ask, are you going to make an ally out of this prosecutor? My only goal is to arrest the Yatagarasu. If we can get to the bottom of this case, then I'm willing to share info with him. I mean you're dead, Detective Bat. Okay. About the murder of the Masked Second, would you be willing to fill me in on a few of the details? When the Yatagarasu showed up, Agent Lang and I took ourselves off guard duty and put ourselves in charge of directing things at this crime scene. Taking advantage of the chaos, the Masked Second, who broke into this embassy. Probably to steal some treasure or another. And I suppose he lost his life when he was forced to fight someone else in this room. Why exactly was that man placed under arrest, Detective? That samurai. He's one looking suspicious, but not for the reasons you suspect, I assure you. As you can plainly see, he is completely harmless. Well, it was just a random guess. It's not like he's actually under arrest. Tonight, here, at the Albastian Embassy, Ambassador Elba was to give a commemorative speech And that's when the Yatagarasu showed. Hey, keep in mind, Yatagarasu isn't who I'm talking about right now. Those seats, for the guests who had been called to sit in them, were empty. No show. Who is it that failed to take their seats? With Edgeworth slandered Larry just like that. Steel Samurai. Until speech was to begin, each member of the entire Steel Samurai family was to wait in a separate room. However, for some weird reason, that man was spotted in a different location than his assigned room at that time. And where was he? He was on the roof, with one of his legs down on the chimney. That chimney leads directly into this room. Also, why do these buildings have chimney? Just only in one room. Larry Butts, you've really outdone yourself this time. What were you thinking? Why are you gonna be doing the most random thing? In any case, I believe it's high time for me to start my investigation. Alright, let's look at this first. There's some weapons on display on this wall. A crossbow, and under that, a set of knives bearing a flower motif. They must be the counterparts of the Barbalist knives, which means that the blades inside the scabbards should match the blade that was used to kill Mr. Cochin. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious nook. Blah 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 blah. Let's just look at that. Also, that plant looks like the ambassador. Knives adorned with flowers are on display here. I suspect that these are the counterparts to the Barbalist knives. The blades of these knives should match the blade of the knife that killed Mr. Cochin. What? One of the knives is missing its blade. Let's see if the two pieces, the blade and handle, fit each other. It would appear that they fit together quite well, almost seamlessly. Then this means that an Albastian knife did find its way into Babao. But how? Okay. Let's investigate plan. What is that plant supposed to be? Francisca, can't you see that's supposed to be the likeness of Ambassador Alba? Well, Ashworth, it's subordinate. You have a lot of nerve telling me what to think. I look forward to your salary assessment next month. You are deluding yourself if you think you have any control over that. Oh my god. Every prosecutor's threat is about salary, no matter who the person is. Also, I want to see the Albastus. Yeah, Quercus alba. What is supposed to mean though? What pun is this? Quercus? I have no idea. Also retired army man. I see. Quercus alba, and then it's Colias Paleno. No idea. No idea what the pun is. Anyways, let's continue. It's the Steel Samurai primary weapon. Samurai spear. Isn't it awesome? I totally fell for this thing. It's sleek and shiny just like my heart. It comes at you like whoosh. When you hold it, you just wanna live life like bam. You do well to watch what you say, Larry. Although it is just as Larry says, the spear is quite the symbol of valor. However, speaking of spears, aren't you supposed to use them by thrusting the point straight into your opponent? I'm not entirely convinced this spear is up to the task. What's wrong, Edgy? You're just staring off into the distance. Oh, I get it. Tell you what, I'll tell you the studio to make you one. Okay, but that swan's mine. Did I say anything about wanting one? Maybe I can shut him up if I show him the piece of evidence. It will point something out about this spear. Okay. Why is there a weapon on display in a place like this? I wonder why there are no whips on this display here. Okay. I can spot absolutely no difference between this Prima Duck statue and Bubbles. The statue's face looks a bit like that costume hero you like so very much. I only wonder why you Americans have such an affinity for this kind of face. The statue wasn't made by an American, you know. At least I don't suppose so. Also, yeah, by how she said that, Franziska is not from America. So the Von Karmas are definitely German? I don't know, question mark? Yeah, like from German that immigrated to America, maybe? That's what I'm guessing. Never confirmed, I guess. Anyways, probably don't have enough evidence. Let's talk to Larry. Larry, now a few things I need to ask you about. Hey, how about that? I've got a few things I've got to ask you too. What is it? It's like, both you and him, how is it that the two of you always manage to have some cute or hot girl by your side? Okay. And Francie, what about that promise you made to me? Promise? What promise? The one where you say you would model for my next book, Francie's Whippity Whip Trip. Yeah! I made no such promise. Ever since grade school, I had a certain saying about Larry. When something smells, it's usually the buds. One needs to look no further than this man to find the king of troublemakers. Yep. As I recall, aren't you calling yourself Laurie Doonim now? Oh yeah. That's Doonim! Laurie Doonim! Yeah, get that straight in your head, Edgy. Now I remember, you're that rude, pale imitation of a real artist. No, you got it all wrong. I gave up on that whole Laurie's business. Besides, when Brangelina left me and my heart in pieces. Brangelina, okay. That's when Minnie walked into my life. She'd been so good to me, I wanted to help her in some way. I figured I could throw this Steel Shamrock outfit. Your inane blathering makes me less and less sense each time we meet. I believe he's saying that he picked up this part-time job as a Steel Samurai so that he may attempt to capture the heart of the actress who plays the Pink Princess. Oh, okay. So that is confirmation that Miles' Investigation 1 occurs after AA3. Yeah, I guess. Not really. It's not so much as I understood. It's a simple deduction based on your usual modus operandi, Larry. Larry, I'd like you to confess right now to everything you did tonight. Confess? Hey, don't tell me you suspect me too. Nonsense. I don't believe you have the mental acuity needed to plan and execute a murder. However, we are talking about you here, so I find it hard to believe that nothing happened. Your past experience has taught me that you are always at the center of some insane event. Edgy, how can you be so mean, stabbing me with your words like that? Unfortunately, I don't have time to search out a key to unlock your heart this time. So, I suggest that you cooperate and tell me what you know. Okay, I get it. Just stop Francie from whipping me from behind. So, I guess you know what I did, right, Edgy? I can't even begin to imagine, however, that you're pissed off insulting me. He's not so kind as Phoenix, you know. I imagine that wherever you were up to was probably beyond my imagination. So you will tell me exactly what you did, Larry. No, not yet, Edgy. It'll take more than that to loosen my lips. A lot more! Confess now. Okay, well, I was up on the roof. Why exactly were you up there? Oh, you know, at Wintry Custom and the legendary hero. Legendary? Hero? Santa Claus! Santa Claus. I wanted to do that thing he does, so I climbed up to one of the chimneys. When I got there, there was smoke pouring out of the chimney. And? Well, I couldn't down the chimney with smoke coming out right, so I gave up. Larry, you do realize that Santa Claus does not exist, right? Of course I know. I didn't graduate from junior high, you know. And you should also understand this. If Santa was real, he would be the biggest unlawful trespasser in history. Oh, crud! It is your attempt to imitate Santa that has landed you as prime suspect in this murder. Come on, man. What's so wrong with pretending to be Santa? Let's start with the fact that it will be the edicts of March in a matter of hours. Santa only visits home on December 24th. It's in December, you nitwit. Hey, wait a sec. We're not in court. Okay. Damn. Also, do I have like evidence in regards to the spear? Do I need to deduce the spear with this crude drawing of his? I don't think so, right? Or maybe. Let's not do anything until we've investigated everything. There was the exact same statue sitting in that Barbalist office we examined. It's a primitive statue. It was the national treasure of the Principality of Cordopia. There was only one of these statues, meaning that one of the two is a replica. But both Albas and Babal claim to have the real thing. What an incredibly childish fight to have. Only Ambassador and Secretary can touch. Oh, I can investigate this as well. It's a primitive statue. There was one of these on the Babylist side as well. I hear it's very valuable and made of pure gold. It was the national treasure of Cordopia. There was only one of these statues, meaning that one of the two is a replica. But both Albas and Babal claim to have the real thing and won't budge from their claim. Oh, it is the same thing. Okay. Just read the entirely same thing again. The counterpart to Barbalist butterfly is the Albastian flower. The butterfly and flower. They're both lovely things. But can we interpret this to mean the Albas provides honey to Babal? Franziska, can't you come up with a more meaningful or profound comment? Very well then. Let's hear what sort of profound comment you can come up with. Well, flowers cannot survive without the butterflies to spread their pollen. And butterflies cannot live without the nectar that flowers provide. If either one were to disappear from the equation, neither would survive. How was that, Miss Von Karma? Your explanation took so long that I nearly fell asleep. Well, let's continue the investigation. Franziska, why can't you just admit I had something there? Okay. There was almost the exact same wall mount for the Knights of the Barbalist side, but I can't see any of the details from this distance. Sure. Okay. About a dead body. So this is the victim, Damask II. What is it with his gaudy outfit? You don't know about Master Mask? A few months ago, this thief caused a lot of havoc on the populace. So this thief is separate from the Yatakarasu? I thought they were for a while, because their emu and targets were different. The mask likes high-value trinkets and jewels. Being gaudy is his signature. Goshu was in charge of that investigation, so he'd know more about the mask. That's alright. All I probably hear are tales of his failure anyway. You haven't changed a bit, I see. In any case, let's get started here, shall we? Well, fencing without a country after all. I guess this is the same. Was he also called the Master Mask? Or the Mask without the second? I don't know, man. What is he holding? It looks like a piece of paper from a notepad. A second, yeah. It would appear that directions on how to reach this room were written by hand. There's something written on the back as well. I'd like you to steal the Prima Nux statue in this room. What is that supposed to mean? Who writes a note to themselves like that? If I had to guess from the text, I would say that this is actually a request from someone about what to steal. Just who is the person that requested the theft of the Prima Nux statue? Okay. Also pixelated blood. I thought that Dimas had quit the business. This guy, he's just a copycat using the name, a phony successor. He's just another petty thief. His real identity is an out-of-work guy by the name of Kashino. Okay. That's a bit on the nose, alright? Kashino, alright. Let me hydrate for a bit. Kashino would have. Why would he steal stuff? Well, can't figure that out, you know. He is 29 and wanted on larceny charges. From his clothes and what he was carrying, we determined that this guy is a real Dimas II. The cause of death appears to be the loss of blood from the back of his head. It seems that he was struck for something very hard. In other words, he was bludgeoned to death. There is not a single shred of fashion sense in Damask's costume. Well, at least I can appreciate the great effort he must have put into making it. I think the actual original outfit looks way better than this knockoff. You two don't know? You can buy those costume members anywhere now. It's being sold. Since when? Since around New Year's. The streets are practically flooded with them. Turns out, the mouse is a lot more popular than I thought he'd be. I can't believe that foolish fool would dress in a fool's clothing to act foolishly. Got your point about 3 foolishes back, Francisca. The sword, then, I guess. So this is the murder weapon in this case. There's blood on the blade. It's a rather sweeping sword, isn't it? What did you expect? It's still Shamrai Daddy's secondary weapon. Oh yeah, I didn't notice. It's a katana. I only call it his secondary because although he uses his sword in most of his battles, it's his trusty samurai spear that he turns to in a real fight. You sure know quite a bit about the Steel Samurai. It's only because I saw the stage show earlier. The owner of this sword is the Steel Samurai, or in other words, Larry. I should probably ask him about it, as detrimental as it is to proving him innocent. How about this? I suppose this was the wrapping cloth Demas II used to carry stolen goods. But there's nothing wrapped in it now. I guess he never did manage to get his hands on whatever he was out to steal. Alright. Guess that's it. Oh. Anything suspicious in this picture? Statue is not facing front. I think that's the... I guess that's the difference. The person shaking hands with a steel samurai in this picture is Ambassador Alba. It was taken just before the murder. Oh, so they taken it immediately put it in a frame. The steel samurai must be very popular. They've even used it. They are even using this national treasure as backdrop. I just don't understand. What exactly is so great about Top Knot there? Clearly, there's a depth to this show that a young person like you can't fathom. Speaking of young people, aren't young children the target of audience of this show of costume actors? Damn. Why? Can't adults watch Sentai anime or live action stuff? No, I don't want to talk to you, Francisca. No offense, though. Babal's statue is like... Is there any difference between this one? Not sure. And then this one, exactly the same, except that one is burned. And the difference here is that the statue has been moved after the murder. And how about here? It's a fireplace, and by the looks of it, I don't think it's been used recently. Yes, I can't say that I see anything unusual about it. Okay. This must be Ambassador Alba's desk. His nose is open on his desk. He must be in the middle of some important work. Sapling growth log. It finally sprouted today. Funny. It doesn't look like important work to me. Ooh. Two gorgeous flowers in bloom. Full bloom here. I'm sure flowers as lovely as these must have equally as lovely name. Miles Edgeworth, are you done staring? I should hardly think passion flowers are all that rare. Passion flowers. That's a rather unusual name. At first named by priests in the 15th century of the Passion of Christ. As they say, you learn something new every day. Is that for real though? Two flowers in bloom. The vines are supported by stakes and are still growing. There's a bird nest as well. I kinda don't want to talk to Lang. Sorry. There are decorative plants here as well. This room is overflowing with nature. Humans used to live in the grandeur of nature once, long ago. I believe I'm not mistaken in thinking that those people truly love nature. This coming from a man who loves shows featuring costume actors. Ugh, you just had to go there again, did she? There was a grandfather clock just like this one earlier in the Barbalisk embassy. You know, symmetry is a fine thing, but their interior design really suffers for it. Really? I think this clock actually fits the decor of this room quite well. I suppose the wood does suit the old natural atmosphere of this room. Its design and material it's made of strikes a good balance with the plants. Hey, you two! Now's not the time to be talking about interior decorating, you know? Hurry up and save me! Be quiet! This is all part of my elite investigation. All you need to do is be quiet and watch. Actually, I do believe Larry has a point for once. Alright, let's talk back to Larry again. What a weapon. Larry? About a samurai sword that was used as the murder weapon. Oh, that. Well, I shook hands with a master in this room, you know. Yes, apparently you did. And, well, I totally forgot about it and left it behind when I left afterwards. You want to talk about shock? I was the most shocked of all when I heard it killed someone. Yeah, shocked! Also, is there a picture of the victim? Oh, there is. Kashino. Nothing particular about him. Shocked! Foolish fool, looking especially foolish for foolishly stating such a foolish excuse. You forgot to take something that big with you? Who would believe such a tale? Sorry, excuse me. Sorry, Ms. Von Karma, but I believe him. Because if anyone could forget something like that, it would be Larry. Gee, you believe me? I just knew our friendship was something special. Anyway, even if Larry had simply forgotten the sword and left it behind, that in no way clears his name, which means that I will have to prove his innocence from a different angle. I don't know. Do I need to present this? Oh, hey, it's a Steel Samurai. I want you to answer this for me, Larry, and depending on the answer, I mean let you live. The Steel Samurai that was up there on that stage, was that really you? Yeah, sure was. Larry, you... Steel Samurai, Sushi Slash! I was moved by that performance of this man. This completely useless, worthless bum. I fear I may never recover from this. Okay. I guess that's an extra bit, I guess. I don't think there's anything else I can show him. So, and the ambassador is not in this room. I have to talk to this guy. Oh, there's some investigation over in the Barbarous Embassy too, right? I did. Is there a problem? Lang Zi says, a wolf who aims to hunt for two rabbits at once. I believe the idiom required is, he who runs after two hares will catch neither. Heh, a real wolf can catch both. I see. So what are you trying to say, seeing as how I am currently handling two cases? Heh, suit yourself, but don't say I didn't want you. Okay, good thing. I don't like talking to you. Right, I'm gonna say I have to deduce this thing. Oh wait, no. I think I need to deduce... Can I even deduce something from here? Yes, I can deduce this. The picture. Look at this photo. Look at this photograph. And tell me what you find odd about this scene, Miss Von Karma. The apparent joy on the ambassador's face as he shakes that top-notch hand? It's not it. I was trying to point out that the statue in the photo is facing a different way. You're right. The statue is a national treasure. As such, only an ambassador or secretariat level person is allowed to handle it. The fact that the statue is facing one way in this photo, now it's facing a different direction in this preserved crime scene. It's proof that someone touched this statue around the time of the crime. Both countries claims to own real one, and turn signs it was moving murder. I guess there is more things to deduce, right? I don't think the knife is the thing. This play is definitely Al Bastion. What was this carried across? Why was this carried across the lines? there is a striking flower ornament on the handle of this knife. Compared to the barbarous knife's handle, this larger one gives Albus more presence. The handle on this knife was made to be removable. The killer tried to make this look like a barbarous knife by switching the two handles, which means there must be some reason behind that action. There's quite a bit of Cochin's blood on this blade. Thanks to being a prosecutor, I guess I have become accustomed to seeing blood. I guess that's it about this knife thing. What else though? I don't see the flowers being something, and I can't examine the sword. 5th floor ambassador's office. Albus Springer's statue. Okay. Because of the theft of Primadurg's statue with a map to where the statue is. Is there things I can combine now? No. Let me do this again. Neon. Combine. No, nothing to combine neon. It's like a shiny smile to love and holding someone like BAM! Though it's just like so, spears is quite simple valor. However, speaking of spears, aren't you supposed to use them by thrusting a weapon through its trigger point? This is spears up to the test. What's wrong, Itchy? Blah blah blah, get it? Then what? I'll tell you blah blah blah, blah 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 blah. Maybe show him the... No, I already did that, so... It's not... I guess I'm supposed to deduce? Put the spear in the crossbow... No! I'm gonna do this instead. Well... no harm in trying. Oh, it is about... okay. Larry, about the spear. Oh, are you feeling it? BAM! I thought there was something strange about this spear. Tell me, Larry, is it just me or is the spear a bit bent? No way, it's exactly as it should be, yo. I have here the autograph you wrote for me earlier. Now take a good look at this which you drew with your own hands. You can see that the spear is clearly of a different shape. What do you have to say to that? I'm sorry. When I hold the spear in my hands, all of a sudden I feel super powerful. And then during practice, I was spinning around and round, and BAM! You hit the wall. You unbelievable! This is an embassy! I've always been like that, ever since I was a kid. Near old Tokyo? Yeah, near old Tokyo. New and old. One time on an overnight field trip, I bought a fake sword and played with it late that night. I'm just a useless hot-blooded man. Larry, clarify that for me, will you? Okay, so it was just some field trip and I began to shadow fight with myself. Not that. I meant what you said earlier, about spinning the spear and hitting the wall. Oh, that is no biggie. It's not like I left a hole or anything. It's not what I'm asking, Larry. The samurai spear is made of metal. I somehow doubt that a move as simple as spinning it around would cause it to bend. Man, Edgy, you're so naive. What? Where did that come from? Well, you keep calling it the samurai spear, but it's not real. You can't really fight with someone with it. Because it's hollow on the inside. You could hit it against practically anything and it would bend. Is that so? Don't tell me you thought it was real. But don't take it the wrong way. I just think that part of your personality is cute. I see. Your friendship truly is something special, Miles Edgeworth. Ugh. It's not friendship. It's utter humiliation. When he's on stage, Larry hit it against the wall and bent it. It's hollow. I guess that about wraps up my investigation. That's... It's Pink Princess! Yo, it's Pink Princess! How are you feeling? Still feeling ill? They're hitting on Miles? Dang, actually release with it, but what? Maybe. I don't know. Nah, I don't think so. He just wants to, like, get on Miles' good side. Even before it's all back. It might be. And yet another strange character comes out of the footfuck. And so the Princess also comes to pay the Albastian embassy a visit. I believe I may need to speak with her as well. Miss Pink Princess, I have a few questions I'd like to ask you. Miss Pink Princess, if you would... Me! This must be what they call fate. How could this happen in 2 days in a row? What? Aren't you Miss Obag? Hey, Kenya, why are you so surprised? So you're the one they got to play the Steel Samurai. It's too bad you didn't realize that until now. You are acquaintances with Larry. Why, yes. We work at the same company for a little while, you know. That's why it's okay. My edgy poo, you don't need to be jealous. Ugh. I was in the next room, you know, trying to get in some beauty sleep. It was so noisy here I couldn't fall asleep. Came over to complain. So imagine my shock when I saw my precious edgy poo waiting here for me. I mean, who could have imagined that he would ever come to a show like this? I guess I've misshot you, edgy poo. Like the moment I say he wanted to woo the Pink Princess, I was like, it's an old Larry. Wait, why is Naomi Stacks not appearing on top of the screen? Is it not appearing? Oh, that is strange. That's very strange. You misjudged him? I thought he was trying to avoid me, you know. There was no misjudgment on your part. That's precisely what I was trying to do. It looks like the winds have shifted and he's now willing to be chased after. I'm simply overwhelmed. Don't you worry, Edgy-Poo. I chase you forever, to the ends of the earth. Isn't that just peachy? This is one of those rare times when Francisca and I actually see eye to eye. Okay, let's talk to Old Bag. Oh, what? Neon, why are you gifting? Also, man, my nose is so stuffy. I mean, drink some water a bit. No, I'm not sick. I just woke up. That's why. Alright, let's go. Now then, what are you doing here? I thought you were working in Gatewaterland as a Pink Badger. What are you talking about? It was ages ago. It was yesterday. Look, I worked at Global Studios before a long time ago, right? Well, they called me up this morning, kind of out of blue, actually. They called you. Apparently, the girl who plays the Pink Princess collapsed from a bad cold. It happened so suddenly, so they called me in to be her last-minute replacement. Do they not have enough people and staff at that studio? I really couldn't say no, so here I am, playing the role of the heroine. Instead of that meanie girl, I mean. But poor girl, I feel bad for her. Because they let me stand in for her. She's going to have a terrible time when exactly, I'm not great at reading. I do a stand for I trip over. I do the correct ones this average again. Oh man, it's just too fast, man. Let me do this. No. Where she stops. Where she starts, actually. So only show active stars while it still don't show up. So, maybe I should refresh the thing though. Let me refresh it. Alright. Okay, let's do it. Where did she start? Because they let me stand in for her, she's going to have a terrible time when she returns. I'm not exactly great at reading that strange font they use, plus I was called in to be a stand-in at the very last second. So I trip over the most important lines. I threw that ragdoll instead of the shuriken, hit the steel hammer instead of the enemy, and the audience was in an uproar, but instead of I'm grounded extras, they'll forgive me. Because I tell you, they're really just a bunch of simpletons. Okay. Maybe a secretly banned? I don't think so. Also, oh no, yeah, it doesn't show up. Hey, why is that though? That's thing. Huh. Weird. Anyhow. A rather lively old lady. So basically, you received a standing request this morning, correct? You got it. If you need to see it, I've got it right here. Look. It appears that she is telling the truth. Okay. I tell you, my fine acting moved the entire audience to tears. Yes, tears of laughter, as I recall. Being famous has its problems too, you know? Here, take a look at this. It's a letter from a stalker. I was just taking my break when I found this stuck under the door of my room. Which is when Mindy. No, I think that's when Mindy, right? It's a really bad writing, but it's for Mindy. I'll be descending on you from above tonight. Your loving night. Yeah, I know which this letter. Whose letter this is from. Stupid Larry. Yeah. Honestly, you really have to watch out for these kinds of things. Look at what it says. Wendy, I'll be descending on you from above tonight. Your loving night. How absolutely revolting. I mean, you'd think you could get my name right. There's no accent in my name. Wait, this horrible handwriting. Where have you seen this before? Horrible handwriting. Ah, but now that you're here, Edgy-Poo, I feel 100% safe. Where do I factor into this? Bust that evil stalker man for my sake, wouldn't you, Edgy-Poo? Oh, Ethan. Oh, I guess I'll hydrate again. Well, if you allow me the liberty to handle this in my own way. I'll gladly dispatch a detective to your house later. Oh, come on, Edgy-Poo. Don't stop being so dismissive and playing hard to get. Guess I'm gonna get passed out. Take care, everyone. Oh, good night, Neon. I guess you're really tired. Good night, good night. Thank you for coming back. What? Oh no. Okay, I guess I'll do it.
You are
what does that mean?
maidenless.
Ara. Okay, good night, Neon. And with the wall when passing out. Letter from Stalker. What were you doing at the time of the crime? What crime? What? After the show was over, I had nothing but free time on my hands. I used the fireplace in the room next door to keep my bad hip warm. Okay. I see now. Wow, Val, a murder occurred in the room right next to yours. Is that right? Oh, Edgy-Poo, I'm so scared. Hold me, caress me.
Hold it!
If you could please not cling onto my personage. In any case, I take it that you failed to show up at Ambassador Alva's speech. Oh, that? No, I didn't go. I mean, I may have had the heart of a young tender maiden, but my body just refuses to cooperate at times. As soon as the show ended, my hips started acting up and got stiff. I couldn't move at all. Hidden Jacob Tane? Oh no. Can you provide proof of your condition? Oh, you just go ahead and ask the doctors in the infirmary. They're the ones who carried me from the theater all the way to this embassy. I have to admit, the thought of her not being able to leave that room is rather pleasant.
Prosecutor Van Karma, I've brought the Ollie's dog, as you requested, sir.
Good fuck. You may leave now, officer. It's a Shiba Inu. This dog. I requested assistance of a dog in our search for Yatagarasu. Looks like you guys have some pretty bright dogs in this country too. Hey, you're a real cutie, aren't you? Yeah, that's a good boy. It's the police dog Gumshoe's been taken care of. I think his name is Missile. Missile. What a fitting name for a police dog that dashes out in front and attacks. That action alone isn't exactly what's going to solve the case for us, you know. Now, Missile, I want you to find some clues. Go! Okay. Wow, the dog just knows where to go and find something. Good dog. You really are quite bright, aren't you? Unlike a certain someone I know. Now, what do we have here? What is this? It looks like a small hot dog, but... Wait, Francisca, isn't that an official samurai dog? Okay, damn. Look at those teeth. Look at the dog's teeth. Fangs. They're freaking sharp. Oh no, bad Misa. He ate it. I wonder if it's alright for him to eat that. It's just a mid-substance snack featuring the steel samurai. I'm sure he'll be fine. That's quite a bit of information to gather there in a single quick glance. We should really be focusing on why there was a samurai dog there in the first place. It looks like that snack wasn't all Misa found. Oh, and what do we have here? It appears to be a lady's undershirt. I wonder if Ambassador Alva might have an interest in cross-dressing. I somehow doubt that. It doesn't look like that shirt would even fit him. Samurai dog and lady's undershirt. What are these two items doing in a room like this? Given the circumstances, lady's undershirt could only belong to one person. I suppose I should get this over with and ask the owner of the said undershirt about it. Okay. Yes, only one person. This person. If you could please take a look at this brown-colored undershirt. Oh, Ajibu, what is the meaning of this? Why did you steal that thing from my bags? All you had to do was ask, and I would gladly given you as many as you'd like. Ugh, thanks, but no thanks. This shirt was found here at this crime scene. What? Calm now. Why don't you just confess? Explain what it's doing here. I know nothing. Nothing, I tell you. What? Oh, I admit that I used this fireplace to dry that shirt. But I can't really help that fact that I had to, you know? Wearing that Pink Princess costume must be like in a sauna. On top of that, I get fingered as a suspect? You're too cruel, Ajipu. Are you claiming that you never once set foot inside this room? Of course I am. If I had been the one to find a body, do you think I'd be as calm, as relaxed as I am? I tell you, it's always like this. No, man. Stop talking that ass. Okay. I can read fast, but not that fast, okay? Alright. I tell you, it's always like this. It's always my fault for some reason or another. That weekly tabloid article is missing. The camera is missing. That boy always makes sure it's my fault. They're missing. Speaking of missing, there's a matter of my husband. Can you believe whether you got married? He said, I guess I'm stuck marrying you. What kind of way to propose is that? What do you should have done? You should have whispered in my ear. I don't deserve you, but I can't have it. Will you marry me? Honestly, man, these days. Oh wait, did he mention Phoenix Wright? Yeah, but I think it's missing. The camera is missing. That lawyer was... Yeah, he mentioned Phoenix Wright. It's old bag. Well, I don't believe she's lying about her actions. So I can safely assume she really was drying her shirt by the fireplace on her break. And somehow the undershirt managed to move from the next room into this one. I assume the samurai dog was also yours. Ah, that brilliant mind of yours. You really can see through everything about me. And so the feeling of dread continues, but I suppose I should ask for more details. That samurai dog was yours, wasn't it? Oh, of course I'm forever yours, my edgy wedgy poo. If you could stick to what I ask you. Edgy, are you and Miss Oldbag? No. You really don't change, do you? When will you learn how to take a joke? Anyway, that samurai dog was mine. Those things are a present from the studio to the embassy. A present? The studio bigwigs basically told us to play delivery boys. We're supposed to hand the dogs off to the embassy people and tell them hi. I had to pile them all into the pushcart just to move them all. The studio guys should have listened to those things by themselves, right, Edgy? So, did you deliver the small samurai dogs to the embassy staff as per your instructions? Hey, Edgy, don't just ignore me and my question. Aren't you going to stick up for me? Ah, about that. See, after the show, I went to rest a spell in the dressing room. Because of my bad behavior, you know. And there they were, the samurai dogs were just sitting on the dressing room floor. Okay. I suppose you had to make preparations for distributing them after the show. Well, by preparation you mean sampling them as well. Excuse me? Oh, I tried one and thought they were actually quite good. Sorry, but I just had to find out. I know it was silly of me to think this, but... I figured that since they're for a kids show, their taste was probably for kids too. They were so good that I couldn't stop. Before I went back to my room, I just had to help myself to half a dozen or so boxes. Boxes? Okay. Damn. As I sat there by the roaring fire, warming them and eating them, I thought, this is... What is it now? Oh, I know. I bet you want a box too, don't you, my edgy poo? Well, who am I to say no to you? I'll only give you one. The rest are all for me. Okay. Looks like the lesson for today is that Van, the Steel Samurai, and the Pink Princess take off their masks. They transform into a pair of annoying troublemakers. Also, can I examine the box? No. Anything else? Nothing, I think. Larry? Do you have anything to say about this thing here? Larry, I wonder you might know what this is. Did you even look at it? Because only they can right out is from my lovely Francie. Oh, in that case, allow me to help you seal NMI form into you for all eternity. Oh, hippity whip trip. Okay, now this is a trip I'm willing to endorse, especially if we can finally get some peace here. Okay, how about this? Okay, he doesn't know about this as well, but get whipped. So what else can I do though? Oh, the dog. He was a much bigger help than I thought he would be. Yes, however, there are a few aspects I don't understand about what he found. In that case, you should keep on investigating until you do understand. Now, my subordinate, continue with the investigation. Alright, I will. It is with great dread I proceed and do what I must solve the case. I can't talk to Eri about the letter. Why? Anyone else I can talk to? Or maybe it's done talking. We have to do the connecting now. Yeah, this one and this one. There is no trace of this room's fireplace being used. And your point is? Smoke was supposedly pouring out of the chimney connected to this fireplace. At least according to Larry. This is a contradiction of facts, is it not? Are you sure he wasn't just disoriented or something up on that roof? There is testimony from an investigator that puts Larry at this particular chimney. So no, I don't think it was a mistaken impression on Larry's part. On the other hand, the fireplace in the next room was being used at the time. Where do we suppose the smoke from that fireplace went? I see. So what you are proposing is this. Smoke that came out of the chimney was actually from Miss Oldbag's fire. So basically the fireplaces of neighboring rooms share one chimney. Is that what you are implying? Yes, I guess it is. Precisely. And this and this connect to each other. The lady's undershirt that Missile found. Why are you getting all excited over holding on to a lady's undergarment? I'll that's first. You're cool seas luck. If you know the owner of Sid's undershirt, then hurry up and return it to her already. You have it all wrong. This is evidence. The owner of this piece of evidence was in the room next door. And yet, despite that, Missile found it in the fireplace of this room. This lady's undershirt. Are you seriously claiming that it somehow passed through a solid brick wall? Not quite. The fireplace in this room is connected to a chimney. The other fireplace in the other room is also connected to the same chimney, leading us to the possibility that the two fireplaces are connected to each other. Perhaps a closer look at the back of the fireplace is in order. There is an X on the back of the wall of the fireplace. Let's see if I can get a better look at it. Dong dong dong! What in the... The wall separating this room's fireplace from the next room's fireplace apparently turns. As I suspected, this fireplace does indeed connect this room to the neighboring room. The neighboring room? There appears to be nothing particular about the next room. The fact that there is nothing special about the next room isn't what's important. It's the fact that it is a secret passageway through this room's fireplace. We now know that the fireplace connects the two rooms, but how exactly is that significant? You aren't going to suddenly name the old lady as the masked second's killer now, are you? No, she couldn't move at all because of her stiff hip, so she could not have been the one. Fortunately, I believe that this fireplace has nothing whatsoever to do with the masked second's murder. But interesting though, why does the fireplace do that? Why does it do that? It would appear that the answer has made itself known. You're making quite a confident face there, Mr. Prosecutor. Bring it on. I'm ready to counter any argument you may have. Very well then. If you are prepared, I'll show you exactly where my deductions have led me. Good. I'm counting on you, Edgy. Leave it to me, Larry. My first attack will be to expose your life for what it really is. My life! You know there is still something you are keeping from the rest of us. What's wrong with you? Why is it you won't believe me no matter what I say, Edgy? Curse you! I just hurry up and die if that's how it's gotta be. I'll confess to everybody in the whole world and then kill myself. And throw everything into mass confusion. Heh, you made some wonderful friends as a child, I see. Larry, I only have one thing to say to you. Even if you make that face at me, it's no use. A man who's ready to die is strong-willed, you know. Larry, it doesn't matter what sort of harebrained trouble you've caused. I'm asked that you do not lie to me. If you cause an innocent person to be judged unfairly because of some insipid lie, I will never forgive you. Gee. Although, allow me to say that I consider you to be among the innocent in this case. And then I will draw the real killer out. You can trust me on this. Alright, this time, I'll tell you the whole truth, okay? What happened? What didn't happen? It works. Just what happened will do. Now then, if you'll please testify as to what you did up on the roof tonight. After the show, I left a pushcart in the Rose Garden and came into the embassy. And they took a picture of me shaking hands with the ambassador. After that, and until my next appearance, I had some free time, so I wandered around. That's when I spotted a chimney. A chimney like this is a rare thing, you know. So then I wanted to play Santa and decided to give it a try. Larry, I thought I just finished telling you to not lie anymore. But it's kinda ultra embarrassing. And what exactly is so ultra embarrassing that you can't tell me? Edgy man, I just said it was embarrassing, so of course I can't just blurt it out. So you're just gonna have to reason it out of me. As your superior, I command you to hurry up and expose this man's lie. I have every intention to, but I'm not about to let us waste time on such a trifling matter. Bam. Alright. Is that all true? Okay, so we gotta press this. You suddenly wanted to play Santa. Oh, well, actually, I dressed up as Santa once before already. That was down in the Broad Lake. Oh yeah, he did. He did dress up like a Santa. Ugh. I appreciate if you wouldn't dredge up such unnecessary memories for me. Heh, sounds like you guys share a lot of history. A perk to being a childhood friends, huh? Besides, it's not a felony to dress up and play Santa, you know. Santa doesn't go around killing people after he comes down the family chimney, after all. Actually, is it worth delving into whether or not playing Santa is a big deal? Yes. Actually, I believe in the case of this man, playing Santa is actually quite a big deal. Are you saying that your body isn't exactly made of Santa quality stuff? Precisely. You hit the nail on the head, Agent Lang. Hey, Edgy, that's so incredibly mean. Tell me something, Larry. Did you know that Santa's job is to deliver presents to people all over the world? Of course I know that. I did graduate from junior high, you know. In that case, it's your turn to tell me something. Won't you tell me to whom you were delivering a present to? I was, delivering a present to a child, not basking in the warm glow of love. That must be the most elegant description of you I've ever heard. A lie is still a lie. You sure know how to kick a guy when he's down, you know that? In any case, the person you wish to deliver a present onto was most certainly this. We don't have... Oh, actually, just noticed, we don't actually have Mindy here. So we have to choose her. Why is she called ex-security lady? And her age is question marks.
Take that!
Heh, interesting taste you have there, Mr. Suspect.
Don't spread lies about me. I didn't want to see Miss Omer so much I tried to go down the chimney. Ow!
I advise you to stop right there in your bashing of a lady. Well, I must admit that I myself hardly ever have to want to run into that lady. However, what if you were misinformed and under the wrong impression? Then what? Define what wrong impression? I simply mean that the man before you thought to enter the old lady's room without knowing one very important fact. And that fact is best summed up with this. I just sneezed. Oh man. Excuse me for a bit. Okay, I'm good. My nose is so stuffy, man. Sum up with this.
Take that!
Larry, I'd like for you to take a look at this piece of evidence.
No way. It's not real, they put.
Okay, what? That's the wrong evidence? No. Okay. No, this is so long-winded. Why is that not rated? Larry didn't know one very important fact when he tried to sneak into the old bathroom. Oh, yeah, I guess it's not. I'm dumb. That was another evidence for that.
Take that!
This is something the old lady received from her employer for the night. The girl who normally plays the princess, Mindy. Was it again? It seems that this man is quite taken with that actress.
Well, that's not true, Edgy. She's the one with the hearts for me. I just know it. I can feel her sexy beam piercing my heart when she's watching me. Sexy beam, I tell you.
You filthy, despicable, inconsiderate, fickle, idiotic, cowardly apparition of a man. You haven't matured at all since we've last met. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor. Yes? This guy, he's got bigger problems than just getting involved in murders, I take it. I suppose you could put it that way.
Hey, what the heck, man? I don't get you guys at all. Why do you have to make me out to be some sort of bad guy?
To return to the original topic, I propose that at least this much has been made clear. Without any knowledge that Miss Mindy had fallen ill, Larry tried to make his way into the Pink Princess's room, and much we know for sure.
Hey, Edgy. Looks like I've got the hang of this court thing now.
But we're not in the court at the moment.
Shut up! I see what's going on here. It looks just like what you do in court.
I guess old boy here still has something he'd like to say. Lang Zi says, until the root of the tongue dries, one never knows the whole truth. You shouldn't form conclusions until everything is out in the open, which is why I'll listen.
Alright, and get ready to listen to me defeat Itchy in the battle with...
Larry, have you forgotten that should I lose, your victory prize will be your arrest? Larry's assertion.
So, you think that all I wanted to do was to go visit Minnie? Well, I dress up as Santa and climb up to the chimney. The circle was really thick. It was a case of mistaken identity, and that mistake made me late for the speech. And to top it all off, I became suspect in murder. That's what you really meant. Why would I ever put myself through so much humiliation on purpose? Hey, someone say something.
Larry, are you seriously trying to submit this? Not as a confession, but as a testimony.
So what if I am? Is there something wrong with it? My claim is a claim claiming my claim. Do you have a problem with that?
So it was you. You're my stalker. But I should warn you, it doesn't matter what kind of flattery you throw at me. I'm the devoted type of woman who's wholly focused on one man. Long as Edgy Poo is alive, I can trust drop him and be unfaithful. Now I can't know, though earlier I was tempted just to know him, but I'm Edgy Poo, I was about to say,
I'm so inspired.
You're such an inconsiderate, cowardly, idiotic, and all-around completely faithless man. I thought I heard something ominous just now, but perhaps it was just my imagination. What was the ominous thing? Wolfman. Oh, okay. They complete through my beloved edgy first my turn, I swear. Okay. I believe there is nothing further for me to prove at this point.
What do you mean? Of course you still got something to prove. You still have to show me some proof I was trying to beat up with Minnie.
Proof, you say?
Remember, Edgy, everything is evidence in court, right?
You mean evidence is everything in court, Larry. But I understand your point.
Yeah, see, I'm totally a pro at this now.
Very well. If you wish to see the evidence, then let me show you the last piece of evidence you ever wish to see. Damn, I feel like we're just like wasting time whenever we have to fight against Larry. So you think you'll want to go man? Well, I tried some shit and climb up and leave me, but the smoke would really take. There's a mistake I did, and I'm scared.
Hold it!
I'm not quite sure how you could mistake that actress for this lady. Edgy Poo, are you staring at me? Are you finally succumbing to my feminine charms? I should think that Steel Shamra is the one who should know all about your charms.
Me? Edgy, what are you trying to do to me?
Nothing. Simply that the Steel Shamra and the Pink Princess are husband and wife. It's my poor little Edgy Poo jealous. Ugh. If you could please drop that line of discussion right this instant.
Edgy, I told you I already have Minnie.
Speaking of Minnie, what kind of woman would you say she is?
Edgy, are you seriously telling me you don't know who the Minnie is? She's just like what her name means. She's super sweet with a great smile. I don't mean to brag, but she's one of the truth's fastest rising stars.
Interesting. Ha. So, you're saying a woman like this is what made you late to the speech?
Oh, curse you too! Why is everyone out to make a suspect out of me? Look, all I can say is this. I was late to the speech.
Hold it! Was the smoke coming from the chimney really that thick?
You bet. It was so thick I had tears pouring out of my eyes. It was a mess.
I see. You do realize that you've just confirmed for us your chimney escapade.
What? That's only unfair. You tricked me, Edgy.
Hardly. You simply have yet to master how to counter this cross-examination technique.
Well, why just say it was the sleep of the... I said the naughty. Besides, isn't this what you really meant to say about what I did tonight?
I feel like it's this statement, and then I'll have to present the evidence for this one. Well, I've been saying that for a while now. After all, if not for that, then for what other reason did you wish to go down that chimney?
You can't say that without any evidence. That's against the rules, Edgy.
Heh, thanks for keeping the prosecutor in line for me, Mr. Suspect. I have the evidence, and if you wish to see it that badly, I can introduce you too. But it's not good to keep them waiting, my subordinate. I am sure them already.
Lies, oh lies, Edgy.
Well, if you wish to lie, then by all means continue, because I'm ready to expose your lie at a moment's notice.
You will get better than me. Now let's see.
Okay, I guess it is this statement then.
Objection!
Larry, don't even think about denying that you have knowledge of this letter.
Hey! Why are you showing that thing to me?
Wendy, I'll be descending on you from above tonight, your loving knight. Well, isn't that just romantic? But you weren't able to descend on her from above, were you, Mr. Loving Knight?
I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't remember a thing.
You can pretend to be ignorant at all you like, but it's written right here. This letter proves that you were not out to meet the old lady, but rather that you were attempting to pay Miss Mindy a visit. A part of this letter shows that person Larry in there. This one here.
Take that!
Larry, I suggest you take up penmanship lessons. That is, if you never wish to experience this level of embarrassment ever again.
What the heck? What are you talking about? Speak English.
You wrote Mindy so sloppy that it became Wendy to the average eye.
Hey, stop picking on me. It's embarrassing.
There. Isn't that what childhood friends are for? They are the best, aren't they? For punching. But that will have to wait until we're off this crime scene.
Hey, Edgy, save me from the scary man.
Sure, if you're willing to make amends, starting with your incredibly embarrassing mistake.
No, that wasn't me.
Come again?
It's a fake. Someone's out to get me, so they made that fake letter. You said me,
Accept your defeat graciously.
you guys are being so mean.
Penmanship analysis.
What's that?
No matter who, all people have certain unique features to their handwriting. Ergo, all we have to do is compare the handwriting in this letter to a sample of yours. And we'll know soon enough who it was that sent this letter. Power of science.
I never write another thing about that.
Hold it!
Tisk. It's no use, Mr. Loving Knight. For you already graciously provided me with a sample of your handwriting. This one.
Take that!
This autograph and our mysterious letter. If we compare the handwriting, we'll know the answer to our question soon enough. Confess now, Larry, to your miserable failure.
I'm sorry. I did it. It was me causing trouble again. I admit it. You hit the nail right on the head, Edgy.
So, he finally confesses.
I saw the pink princess being carried out in a stretcher and got worried, alright. I wanted to go into the meeting's room, but the doctors wouldn't let me in. What choice did I have? It was the chimney or bus, Edgy.
Your mind jumped from the door to the chimney. What a criminally overreactive imagination.
Well, at least I was honest and wrote me a letter and stuck it under the door. That way, she would be so shocked when I came down through the chimney.
Except for the fact that the letter was an utter failure at conveying said sentiment.
I'm really sorry.
Larry, You may be a shameful, good-for-nothing blight on the face of humanity. However, I always knew you weren't the killer. I told you to trust me, because at the very least, I can attest to that about you.
Edgy, you're...
We've lost a lot of valuable time because of you.
Oh!
In any case, I believe we can say that we now know exactly what happened. Mr. Larry Butt sought to climb down the chimney, not for access to the crime scene, but to enter the room of the elderly lady next door. Great job, Mr. Prosecutor. Although, I still find it a bit unbelievable that the two of you are friends. But the suspicion that guy over there isn't completely resolved yet, so don't get any funny ideas about running off, okay?
Oh, well, hey, what?
Edgy, what does the Wolfman mean when he says I'm not off the hook yet? Hey, Val. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. He means the murder weapon. Larry, did you forget? There are 2 layers of suspicion hanging over your head. That's exactly what I mean. We can't only rely on the words of the suspect after all. We may have figured out where he was and what he was doing all night. But the bloodstained Shamrock sword that was left at the crime scene. As long as there is no satisfactory explanation for that, this wolf will refuse to ease up on his bite. Yeek! Too excited? You're excited for what? I think it's difficult, so I draw and tune in. Oh, okay.
Edgy, that guy, he looks like he's seriously about to take a bite out of me.
I'm well aware, and you should be as well, that this upcoming battle will be crucial. Thanks to the cooperation of our lovely Bumbler, I've been dealt a very nice hand and a sweet trump card. Looks like we're about to enter the final bout. Now, Mr. Prosecutor, let's see what you've got. I can easily point out the contradiction in the supposed murder weapon, but the real problem for me is figuring out what the real murder weapon is. This will be a high-stakes gamble. This is one game I can't afford to lose. Why, Larry? I was the one who found the body of the victim, the Master Second. More Elden Adventures in TTRPG. This weekend we're not doing a TTRPG, well, you remember Nemo saying he can't attend? But yeah, for sure we can do Elden Ring tomorrow. Beside him was the samurai sword, glittering red, and offering up the scent of blood. It was supposed to be in the steel samurai's dressing room, but I found it here instead. Yeah, we can do something else on during the weekend if you are free, I guess. Plus, I found the murder weapon's owner, the suspect Larry Butts, in here too. Isn't it a bit far-fetched to accuse someone simply on the basis of ownership? But this owner wanted to sneak onto the crime scene. I think that's plenty to go on, don't you?
Hold it!
If you're alluding this reason for being by the chimney, we've already established that. Hold on there, Mr. Prosecutor. You two are longtime friends, right? Who's to say you didn't fabricate the evidence to give him an alibi? You're accusing me of fabricating evidence. Are you enjoying Ace Attorney Miles Edgeworth? Very nice. So far, so good. I like that everything's HDFI'd, I guess. You know, new texture and all that stuff. It's been a long time since I last played it, so most of it is my memory of the game is gone. And there's that. I can fully enjoy it. Yeah. You think I can believe anything you produce? Forging evidence is all your prosecutors do. This man has some serious issues with prosecutors.
But come on, I can't think of something as complicated as that, right, Edgy?
David wonders, yeah. Larry, I can agree because I know you and your personality well. However, Agent Lang knows nothing about you, or me, for that matter. I sense his hatred for my entire profession emanating from his entire being, meaning that the only way I can prove Ali's innocence is to present irrefutable evidence. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna press this. Excuse me, but glittering red and offering up the scent of blood. Do I have to spell it out for you? I mean the sight and smell of blood, of course. And according to the test, the blood on the sword belongs to the victim. The sword was made to only use on stage, so it's not sharp. But it is pretty weighty. It's certainly heavy enough to beat someone to death with. Which leads me to suspect that the victim was beaten to death with a sword. Beaten to death, huh? This last statement is too important to just let it slip by. So this is changed now. Suspect he beat the victim. Victim's blood. Is it really the victim's blood? Weapon that's used on stage is thought to be what killed the mask. We don't have an autopsy. We only have a samurai dog. We have this, which is hollow, so you can't really kill anyone with it. I don't really have something to contradict this statement, though. Do I not have something to contradict the statement? No, I don't think so. Alright, please press us this one.
Hold it!
About this samurai sword, have you received a report from forensics yet? They confirmed that the blood on the sword belongs to the victim. But have they confirmed that the outline of this wound is consistent with the weapon? Tell me something. Do you see the dead body right there in front of you? So, if they were conducting the autopsy right now, shouldn't that body not be here? Well, I suppose so. I guess they must still be investigating this room. Meaning that it's possible he doesn't know about that piece of evidence's true nature. Anything else you'd like to chit-chat about? No? Good. Now let's continue. Plus I found a better weapon owner. This is never here. Beside him was a samurai sword covered in the victim's blood. I'm guessing this is the statement, but let me press it again. So the sword is covered in the victim's blood. Yeah, the lab results confirm that blood on the sword matches the victim's. The sword is as dull as a vanilla envelope. It's just a stage prop after all.
The steel samurai is all about safety first, so you can't use it like a real sword.
The steel samurai has spoken. The Pink Princess also appears to have something she'd like to petition to you personally. What the Pink Princess would like to say can wait for the day after eternity. Anyway, my point is that even though the sword is too dull to slice with, it's only heavy enough to bludgeon someone to death with. Is it? I'm trying to show that if the weapon, since the weapon is used on stage, then it's supposed to also be hollow. Well, only one way to find out.
Objection!
Nope. Not this one then. Yeah, good lad. No, look. Uh-oh. Okay, yeah, it works. Okay, now. Just take some time. Yeah. Bloomy blumbling. It's fine. Let me see. So I have to look for a walkthrough now. BRB for a bit. I'm still at the beginning, right, or something? Yeah, right. That's the second statement. What? No. Oh, it's not this statement. This one. It's the right evidence, but not the right statement. This is dumb. Wait, no, I did use this and then on this, right? So apparently, I guess, nah, the walkthrough is a bit dumb as well. If I followed the walkthrough, I would have made a mistake as well.
Objection!
Yeah, the walkthrough is wrong. Do you know what this is, Agent Lang? Heh, it's a long spear, right? We used to use those a lot in my country a long time ago. Piercing, mowing people down. Spears are the weapon of heroes throughout history. It's the next most effective weapon after the whip. I think the whip is in slightly different category. So, what's your point? Are you going to tell me that the spear is the real weapon? No, I simply want you to take a look at this section here. The way it's bent. Precisely. Apparently a certain troublemaker hit it against a wall in this embassy earlier, and as you can clearly see, the insides of the Steel Samurai's weapons are hollow. In other words, they're replicas that aren't strong enough to deliver a damaging blow, let alone the multiple strikes necessary to bludgeon someone to death. And there's not even a dent in the samurai sword. How do you explain that?
Oh yeah, the sword and the spear are made of the same stuff, so they bend easily. I wish they make them out better stuff. It was the spear got bent. I was able to do my special early summer rain jab move. Man, I got such an earful from the director of the play for not doing it in the show.
Steel Samurai's special move was changed to the knights because of him. Huge! That's more than enough of your whiny whimpering. Now, back on the topic of the spear. Yes, let's return to the real topic of discussion. This is where the real gamble begins. I don't have a real strategy per se, so all I can do for now is let the chips fall where they may. Using guesswork and taking risks in the place of real logic is hardly the Von Karma, eh? Neither smart nor very clever. Von Karma, as you know, unlike your father, I am not a genius prosecutor. Plus, I doubt his record of a 40-year win streak will ever be broken. But perhaps it is for the best if it remains unbroken, or no one should have conceived of the notion to convict all defendants in the first place.
Objection!
What a foolish statement from a foolish fool who hates to lose. It's the job of the prosecutor to make sure that all defendants are found guilty in court. There's nothing more important in this world than a perfect victory.
Hold it!
That may be your opinion. However, I don't believe that's all we are. As a prosecutor, what I pursue is not a perfect victory, but a perfect truth. And if that means that the bridge I must cross will crumble beneath my feet, then let it crumble as I walk on towards the truth. You're good at keeping me entertained, Mr. Prosecutor. But you know, humans are delicate creatures. The slightest bump and we expire. I'd like you to consider, if you will, the possibility that the sword was used in such a way that the attack killed the masked tool without bending it. So, what do you think of my hypothetical scenario? I think you know what to do here, right? And what you'll need. Of course, what I need is evidence even he can't refute. This is it. It's time to bring this to a close. Why Larry Part 2? It's possible to use the samurai sword to kill someone. And under these circumstances, it's the only logical conclusion. We searched the embassy top to bottom, but the victim's blood is only on that weapon. So isn't it only natural that suspicion will fall to the owner of the said weapon? How long do you intend to cling on to that preposterous theory? As long as I want, because we examine every corner within the walls of this embassy. There's no stone we've left unturned, and we have managed to come up with only one logical conclusion. That the only place inside this embassy with the victim's blood on it is this sword.
Hold it!
You left no stone unturned. Is that a fact? If you got something to say, then say it in the only way I respect, Mr. Prosecutor. Yes, of course. In that case, allow me to make it all crystal clear for you. Press this. The only place where you could find blood was on the samurai's sword. That's right, even with Luminol, which means that there are no other possibilities outside of what I've already outlined. Do I have a problem with Agent Lang's assertion that samurai sword is the weapon? Raise the objection. If you believe that there is no other door possibly left to open, then allow me to force me one open for you. Huh. And how do you plan to do that? By showing you what may possibly be the real murder weapon. Ha 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 ha. A real murder weapon. I hate to repeat myself, but my men have already searched every last inch of this embassy, and they've concluded that nothing else could have been used as the weapon. Knowing these facts, do you still want to impress Ford with your little hypothesis? Of course, because it's not possible that your man inspected everything in their investigation. What are you talking about? I don't appreciate mind games, and I don't appreciate when people like you slander my men. I'm not slandering them, I assure you. I'm merely pointing out that their investigative dragnet has a few holes in it. Namely that there is something your man couldn't even lay a finger on. And that item is the real murder weapon. Alright then, I'll play along for now. This real weapon that killed the Master II. What exactly is it? Real murder weapon, which is not a single person has yet to touch, is this.
Take that!
The national treasure of Albest. You mean the Prime-Dog statue? Yes. And as you know, only the ambassador and his secretariat may touch it. Which, I believe, means that neither you nor your men were able to examine it, correct? Ha! Ha ha ha! You know very well that if we did that, there'd be an international incident. between the Kingdom of Albes and the Republic of Babel. A tall country's precarious relationship teeters in the balance over a stupid fight related to a sovereignty statue. I'll be damned if I let something go unexamined.
Hold it!
Agent Lang, if you could take a look at this. The direction the statue is facing just before and after crime are different. And there is only one conclusion I can draw from that. Go look for Ambassador Alba and get him to give us the okay to examine the statue. Shifu, you can't listen to this infidel's words. He is most definitely trying to trick you. Shifu, please, let's be rational about this. Huang Zi says, just go already. Okay. Yes, sir. Shifu. Yeah? I'm really sorry, sir. I was really unable to convince the ambassador. I was unable to obtain permission for us to examine the Primarch statue. I see. Wait, but then the investigation is at a standstill. Agent Lang, I will go and speak with the ambassador personally. Save your breath. You may act all weak and frail, but the old man's one tough cookie. I guess you've gotta be tough when you're presenting a whole country, you know? Agent Lang, what do you want? Let's just hurry up and examine the statue already. What? But Shifu, why am I causing international incident? Quiet! I'll take the fall if I have to later.
Hold it!
Agent Lang, the hypothesis is mine, so if someone is to take the responsibility, let it be me. Responsibility? If we're going to talk in such heavy terms, maybe I should let you. It'd be a real problem for my man if something were to happen to me. Alright then, let's talk more investigating. If we want to know the truth, we can't stop here. Action must be taken. Agent Lang, I'd like to run a chemiluminescence test on the statue. A luminol test? Ah, good thinking. If the statue is the murder weapon, then some of the victim's blood should be on it. Okay, let's get the forensics team in here. Heh, looks like you hit the jackpot, Mr. Prosecutor. I guess this means that this is a real weapon that killed the masked second. Indeed. But I wouldn't celebrate yet if I were you. This doesn't let your friend off the hook. It doesn't prove that the Hydian killed the masked second, so the charge remains. We are hardly done examining this statue, Agent Lang. Knowing that it is the real weapon, I believe further examination is required. Ah, you think so? Okay then, knock yourself out. Below, ha. If you want to hit someone with the head, you have to be holding it like that. And what do we have here? This dirty smudge. It looks like a handprint. Ha ha ha. What's a definitive bit of evidence like you're doing under here? Looks like we got some fingerprints to analyze. Worst case scenario, these prints belong to Larry. It looks like it's too late for me to do anything about that now. Hey, forensics guy, I want results on these fingerprints ASAP. You hear me? Agent Lang, I have the analysis results, sir. Good. And? About the prints we lifted from the bottom of the statue. Well, you know the victim was murder in the Babylon's embassy. The prints belong to him, Mr. Mani Cochin, sir. But that's... What's going on around here? No, that's impossible. Its primitive statue can only be handled by someone of that country. By the very fact that Mr. Kochan's fingerprints are on this one, it leads me to only one conclusion. The statue is actually Babal's primitive statue. Impossible! It can't be! The statue was moved from there? Yeah. Yeah! Larry never once set foot on Babal's soil, so he was free to go. However, this new piece of evidence only served to confuse us even further. The ringleader of a smuggling operation was killed with an alabastrian knife in Babal. And the Master II was killed on alabastrian soil with Babal's national treasure. The mystery of the great thief Yatagarasu, who visited both countries. The pieces were there, but I had yet to see the big picture they were to form. To be continued. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. Doesn't that chime sound like, you know, McDonald's? I'm loving it. Okay, let me save my progress. No. I'm loving it. I'm gonna brainwash you, Naomi, into saying yeah, it did sound like it. Anyhow, that was good. We have time. Can continue. March 14, 9:21 p.m. Open air stage. I left the Dimas II investigation to Francisca and returned to Babal. I suppose my first order of business should be to look into Babal's statue. Mr. Edgeworth! So, Kay, what's the situation? Oh, it's great. Investigating is so much fun. In other words, they've made absolutely no progress.
We weren't goofing around or goofing off all this, sir. We'll be investigating our hearts out.
Very well then. Would you care to give me an update on your investigation?
We've had a really fun time, sir.
I knew it. Zero progress. In any case, Detective Gumshoe.
Yes, sir.
You have permission to enter the Alabastrian embassy, is that correct?
Yup. As a local detective, I'm helping out with investigations on both sides, sir.
Good. In that case, I can leave these pieces of evidence with you. They belong to the lady under the Pink Princess's mask.
The Pink Princess? What kind of lady was playing her, sir?
The kind that was also playing the role of the Pink Badger yesterday.
Understood, sir. If I happen to run into her, I'll give them back to her. If I don't, I guess I'll unload them somewhere.
He doesn't seem all that enthused to go find her, but I can't blame him. Evidence that has lost their value given to Detective Gumshoe. Now then, I don't believe I'll be needing this anymore either. What? Are you really going to throw that autograph away? Lost their value as well. Yes, because the Steel Samurai was a fake. Steel Samurai's autograph scrunched up into a ball and disposed of. Wait, what? What do you mean by fake? Now then, I believe it's time for a little housekeeping. Unnecessary evidence has been removed. Remaining evidence has been rearranged. There's still quite a bit of evidence left. I guess we'll be investigating. A ladder. Actually, that's a step ladder. They're the exact same thing. I feel like I've had this conversation somewhere. From like maybe the first time we met. No way, from the structure up there, totally different. His powers, and pretty sure he's practically retired at this point. Yeah, I think he's been replaced there. Yeah, but of course, from Steve's perspective, the best kind of ladder is a pre-rope ladder. A step ladder is much too heavy to carry around. After all, the from a prosecutor's perspective, any type of ladder is guilty, okay, of being dangerous during an earthquake. Bags full of cement powder are stacked up here. I suppose they are for the renovations. Yeah, because I don't smell a drop of gold here, or any other treasure for that matter. Okay, the only scent you should detect in a place like this is the smell of sweat.
Hey, Mr. Ashworth, that was a pretty good play on words there.
Gummy, don't randomly jump into one of our dialogues like that. Were you eavesdropping on us, Detective Gumshoe?
No, it's not like that, sir.
The earthquake will never disappear. Yeah. We're thinking, technically in America, there shouldn't be a lot of earthquakes, right? I guess it depends on, like, states. It will appear that a stage is also scheduled to be renovated. You know, I would love to perform on a stage like this. Something like the Greatest Great Thief. Something like the Greatest Great Thief show. I should think it would be a bad idea for a thief to show their face to the world. Yes, blah, 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 blah. Yes, not yet. I still need to get a bit more information first.
Mr. Ashworth.
Happened during DL6, so yeah, it happened in DL6. So where he's staying, I guess, does earthquake does happen.
Mr. Ashworth.
You look like you're enjoying yourself, Detective.
Well, I don't have much else I enjoy as much as good investigation, sir.
So, what did you find out?
Oh, well...
I take it has found nothing of any particular use, as usual.
Hey, Mr. Ashworth, I got something really interesting from Ambassador Paulino.
Oh, and what is this something interesting?
Yes, sir.
Oh, it's so pretty. I'm so jealous. It's a real treasure there. Why does the flame burn green, Detective?
So apparently if you burn a special wick crystal oil that they only make in Babel, it burns this green color, sir.
Interesting. So it's a special property of the oil. I suppose this is a ploy to force people to visit Babal should the oil run out. Hey, Gummy, what about these silhouettes?
They stock some cutouts of the outside of the lantern so it project the images.
Oh, silhouettes, huh? They are rather pretty, aren't they? Wait, what am I doing? I'm supposed to be asking for an update on the investigation.
Hey, what's wrong, sir?
Something I want you to investigate for me. Do you think you can do that much?
Uh-huh. Oh, you got it, sir.
Hey, that's not fair. Why is Gummy getting to do all the fun stuff?
Oh, well, it's because I'm Mr. Edward's partner.
Oh, I can't believe you took advantage of the confusion and stole my role as assistant. I expect the two of you to get along and work together like professionals on this. Babale's souvenir. Talk to this guy. So you're back now, are you, Mr. Edgeworth? You must be tired. Here, with this, you can eat whatever you liked. And these are... discount tickets for our cafeteria. They open tomorrow and they're 10 in the morning. I appreciate the concern. However, these coupons do nothing for me right now. Okay. This open air stage, what function does it serve exactly? Well, normally we use it for a variety of events. It's all to attract a extra bit of attention to Babal. That tonight, over in the Alabaster Rose Garden, Ambassador Alba was to give a speech. And you know what? Nani told me that I really should give a speech too. Mr. Cochin told you that? Yes, he did. Which is why I thought I should give a speech of my own. But unfortunately, I wasn't able to. Because of the fire the Yatagaratsu started. Exactly. Ambassador Paulino, I'd like to ask you a little more about the primitive statues. Oh, I see. Well, let me ask you this. Did you know that Babal used to be one country called Cordopia? Yes, I know that much about your history. Well, the primitive statue belonged to the founders of Cordopia. At least that's how the story goes. It was bequeathed unto the king of Cordopia as a symbol of the country's wealth. So it was meant as a symbol of sovereignty and the right to rule, I take it. Yes, that's right. Which is why both countries are so adamant about their claim. We hold the real statue, therefore we hold the right to rule, is the reasoning. It's pretty when you think about it all, I suppose. But if Albus and Babao were to re-establish relations, shouldn't that put an end to the squabbling over the statue? I have no reason to believe so. The Primitive statue is even more important now as a key diplomacy. I wonder if Ambassador Palino knows about what has happened, the very important key to diplomacy. And I should try showing him this key and see what he has to say about it. Oh, okay. Ambassador Palino, there's just one thing I'd like to ask you about. Yes? Oh, and don't worry, you can ask me more than just one thing. How about the 2 or 3? In exchange, I expect you'll be coming to Apapao, yes? Thank you, but just the one thing is all I require. Manny Cochin, I'd like to ask you about this man who's your secretary. Sure, I'll tell you what I know. Thank you for your cooperation, Ambassador. He was, well, if I had to put it in one word, he was a able man. If there was ever anything I needed as an ambassador, he was able to get it for me. To think that a man like that had a hand in smuggling ring right under my nose, going completely unnoticed. Actually, I suppose because he was an able man, I was unable to detect his dirty dealings. It sounds like Mr. Cochin has a very sharp mind. Recently, Manny had been really busy. I became the Barbalist representative at the Country Unification Council. It's been working tirelessly to cover my work for me. I'm sorry, but what is this Country Unification Council? Oh, well, you see, tonight's events proceeded without hitch. Our 2 countries were to unify and become one again. But I guess with how things turned out, the dream won't be realized in any time soon. I suppose so. Alright, guess we should be showing you the thing. This thing. So this key can become a knife. That's some trick. This key was originally stolen from your embassy 7 years ago. Yes, my, this is fascinating. Are you listening to me at all, Ambassador? Oh, this is really very fascinating. He's so absorbed in playing with a key that my voice is failing to reach him. Because he's lying. I guess there's nothing else really to show him. I'll show you this. Ambassador Palino, if you could please take a look at this for me. The Primitive statue sitting in Albus right now actually belongs to Babao. So it would appear... Stretch. Whoa.
Hydrate.
Thank you for that hedge and hydrate. Oh man, I kind of was strimping. Yeah, thank you for that, Al. Yum. With the water. Alright, let's continue. So it would appear I received a call from Mr. Von Karma about this earlier. And you will understand why I wish to inspect the Babao's Primitive statue immediately. Because the statue currently in your country's possession. Yes, well, I've already inspected it myself. And it's definitely our best statue. I know because it's the real statue. And you're saying that Babao's was a replica. I'm embarrassed to say it's true, even though I knew that someday it would be exposed. I received my orders from the leaders of Babao. I was to negotiate with Ambassador Alba at this event. I was to negotiate with him and fix the results of the evaluation tonight. To say that we could not determine which statue was the real one. Why are you telling me this? Well, because you already figured it out. Our statue is just a hollow gold shell. Even if Babao were to lose face, the reunification of the country is what's important. I'm right in thinking that, aren't I? I'm not making a mistake, right? If you don't know yourself, then I won't pretend to know either. I never thought that by being betrayed by my own secretary, a real symbol of wealth would be given to me. Isn't it simply ironic? Hey, where are you going? Are you heading back to Albas? Yes, but before I do, I suppose I should give you a summary of what's happened. Oh, I see. So there's been a murder in both countries using an object from the other country. That's the gist of it. Babao is just as strict as Albas in their inspection of people and things that enter their country, meaning that somehow both murder weapons were smuggled into two countries. That's the only logical conclusion that can be drawn. Perhaps the key to the weapon smuggling is a person who traversed both countries. You mean a fake Yatagarasu? In one way or another, the Yatagarasu is connected. Of this I'm sure. Now then, where was the Yatagarasu first spotted? I believe it was the Rose Garden on the Balabastian side of the embassy. The garden is just on the other side of their boundary. It's where Ambassador Alba was to give his speeches tonight. At least that's why I heard that Yatagarasu had appeared. In that case, I believe it's vital that I investigate the Rose Garden post-haste. Wait, before you go, take a look at this, Mr. Edgeworth. What is it? I guess it's that guitar pick. I picked it up just now over there. You think it'll be of any use? There's little water on it. How did water get on it? Doesn't look like there's anything could get wet from around here. I was thinking, they have concerts here at this open air stage from time to time, right? Alright. I'll find its owner later. This looks suspiciously familiar. Oh yeah, there's one more thing. This looks familiar because it looks like this thing here. Pom pom pom. I am so smart. Yeah, it's not a guitar pick. It's a thing from this thing. Miss Edgeworth, would you be willing to hold on to this? What is this? It's misused perfume. It's the bottle that woman left behind and I found 7 years ago. I thought that one day it would be for some use in tracking her down. I kept it safe all this time. Thank you. I'd be honored to hold on to it for you. Misused perfume data, jot it down in my organizer. Oh, okay. Let's go. Let us in. I think I'll be returning to investigation in Albas now, but I know. I'll go back to Babao and do some more investigating there. March 14th, 9:58 p.m. Rose Garden. I see. Wait, who's talking here? I see you're back, Miles Edgeworth. How are things in Babao? Although I can't really say I expect much from Scruffy and that girl. The investigation into Marikotan's death hasn't really progressed any. However, the investigation into Yatagarasu has. Ah yes, the Yatagarasu. Even now I find it hard to believe. A person who can freely traverse between the two countries at will? Preposterous. Well, that's what I came here to investigate. I heard that this is where the witnesses claim to have seen the Yatagarasu. That's correct. Ambassador Alba was to give a speech tonight here in Albas. And that's when the Yatagarasu appeared. The shadow of the mysterious thief appeared, and just as suddenly it vanished. That was the fire at the Albabalis embassy that the Yatagarasu started. I vow that not a single feather from the Yatagarasu shall escape my diligence. Yes. What is this totally not suspicious light here? There is an overturned spotlight here. Then the Yatagarasu appeared. The audience that was waiting for the speech to start panicked. I suppose that's when someone must have knocked it over. I'm having a tough time visualizing the mass confusion that took place here. I thought to use my whip to capture the Yatakarasu. However, there were people in my way, and I was unable to land even a single lash. I suppose this means that some other poor saps were hit instead. Okay. A statue of a woman. I wonder if the lady is pouring water. It says that it's a statue of the queen who spoke of love to King Primitux. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, it seems that you are lousy at reading a woman's heart. I opened my mouth about the statue and she somehow made the leap to that. There are roses scattered on the surface of the water, creating a pleasant fragrance. It's not just for aesthetics, this pool's water is also used in putting out fires. I see. Oh. The pool stopped filling itself automatically. Fountain spots are said to stay open until the pool's water reaches a certain level. If this water is used to put out fires, I suppose it must have been refilled to its normal level. Which suggests that this pool was recently used somehow in this embassy. I guess I'll take some notes about it, just in case. Ah, what? Okay. Yeah. How dare you surprise me like that?
I'm sorry. Oh, hey, Edgy. Thanks for what you did back there.
Your gratitude alone is enough. More importantly, Larry, are you assuming this pool is not for your personal enjoyment?
I know that. Do you really think I'm the type to just jump into a pool and swim around for fun?
Yes, Larry. Listen. Alright then. Did you by chance fall into the pool?
Nice guess, but no dice.
So you know
my son, right, Edgy?
your son.
I guess I kinda lost sight of him when I shook hands with the ambassador. I'm pretty sure he was around here when I last saw him.
You imbecile! How can you be so flippant at a time like this? What are you going to do if your son fell into the pool? And how old is this child of yours anyway?
How old is he again?
Larry, this is the first I've heard of a son. Who exactly is the mother?
The mother? Oh, that chick, the pink princess.
The pink princess? Miss Von Karma. I was a bit confused by this man's word for a bit there. However, I believe what he is looking for is a doll of the Iron Infant.
Yup, because I'm a steel sham right through and through, heart and soul. And the Iron Infant's my cute little son.
You have given a whole new meaning to the phrase as an astounding fool. Larry, we have not seen hide nor hair of the Iron Infant. But rest assured that if we should find him, we'll let you know. Now get out of here. Get out of there.
Sounds good. In that case, I'll go search over there.
Hey, wait! Well, it's not as if he'll get very far swimming around in that pool. And though he's unrelated to the murders, he sure knows how to cause a lot of trouble. Also, hey, this looks very familiar. This statue bears a resemblance of the Primitux statue. It's connected. Bum bum bum. The plaque says King Primitux and the battlefield. In order to save the queen, King Primitux put his life on the line and went to war. So Primitux was actually a good person of royal blood. I thought he was simply someone imitating a character from an ancient legend. Well, what surprised me is what a real person who looked like the Steel Shaman existed. I suppose there's that too. Okay. So this is where Ambassador Alba was to give his speech. The stage was set up nicely, however. Where was the audience supposed to sit? Perhaps they were supposed to sit around the edge of the pool. Okay. There's such poor planning. If there was no place other than the spot or two by the tool, they really should have made sitting arrangements, like how the gallery is set up in court. Indeed, you can sense that consideration for the viewers was taken with those. So in the end, the speaker and his audience were the stand the whole time, huh? Yes. Although I suspect the audience would have liked to sit down after a while. Okay, I guess we're gonna talk to Lang. Have you finished checking out all the bystanders?
Yeah, sure. Have we found 14 counts of pickpocketing, 16 counts of illegal parking, and 1 person vandalized?
Don't tell me you didn't find out anything related to the case.
Sure, not a single thing, sir.
Well, for now, let's just get those other lawbreakers down to the precinct. Agent Lang? Well, if it isn't Mr. Prosecutor. I would just like to thank you for your assistance earlier. Make no mistake, it's not like I was trying to help you with what I did. After I left, did you receive word from Ambassador Alba? We're to wrap up our bodyguard assignment at the end of the day. Oddly enough, we received word from HQ to return home on an urgent matter. Heh, as if I can be so easily called away from this case after I've come this far. I swear that I'll find the truth and drag it out screaming into the light. You're with me on that, right, Mr. Prosecutor? You were working as Ambassador Alba's bodyguard at the time, so naturally, you witnessed when the Yatagarasu appeared, correct? Yeah, I saw the thief alright, with my own 2 eyes. The Yatagarasu was always there, lurking in the shadow. When the spotlights were turned on for Ambassador Alba's speech, a shadow appeared. That's when cries of "It's the Yatagarasu" rang out. The next second, the spotlight went out. By the time we got the area lit again, the death thief had vanished. When we investigated afterwards, we found that the reason the lights went out was because someone had unplugged the extension plug for all the outdoor electronics. Whether it was someone doing it on purpose, or simply a guest who had tripped over it, we don't know. But one thing is for certain, the Yatagarasu was here. So, you're saying that basically all you saw was the thief's silhouette? Yes.
Objection!
If all you saw was a shadow, then it's entirely possible that the shadow belonged to someone else. Ha! Good thinking, sis. You just might be right. If it weren't for the fact that there was no one else with the same shape, not among the staff or the audience members, I might have already done a thorough check on everyone, so I know I'm right. Someone else's shadow. It sounds like a possible hypothesis. The suddenly appearing and disappearing shadow of the Yatagarasu. I believe I figured it out, its true origin. Yeah, this is kinda easy. You know, very easy. I expected no less from my subordinates. Now, let's hear what you know on the subject. What really cast a shadow of the Yatagarasu? This state.
Take that!
The suddenly appearing and disappearing shadow of the Yatagarasu. It is not possible that it was created by this statue.
Objection!
Are you playing me for a fool, Mouse Yathurst? This statue bears absolutely no resemblance to the shadow of the Yatagarasu. You are correct. However, this statue is but one part of the whole picture. What do you mean by only one part? What is the other part, the real form of the Yatagarasu's shadow? This part.
Take that!
It's another statue? The Yatagarasu statue was made from the shadows of these 2 statues. Wait, what do you mean by that? Right now, the spotlights are all over the place. This is because they were moved when the guests were in a panic state. However, if we were to restore the lights to where they were when the thief appeared, do you believe that the 2 shadows will create the Yatagarasu's shadow? Precisely. Now then, watch as I reveal the true form of the Yatagarasu. First, if we set up a spotlight to cast a shadow of the King Primidux in the battlefield, the shadow of the King statue would appear on the backdrop of the stage. Likewise, if we set a light on The queen who spoke of love to King Primidux. The shadows, the silhouette will also appear on the backdrop to the stage. Aha! So if we were to combine the two shadows, it looks nothing like the Yatagarasu shadow. Now, Jetford, how do you explain this grotesque shape? Calm down, Francisca. The way the light needs to be shown on the Queen's statue is wrong. What do you mean by that? I believe that the whole of the King's shadow needs to be used for this work. However, in the case of the Queen, I don't believe her whole shadow is needed. Rather, the person who created the shadow only used one part of the shadow. Only one part? Yes. And that one part alone is to fill in the rest of the Yatagarasu shadow. Why didn't you say that in the first place? You're right. I apologize. Now, what part of the Queen's statue was used to complete Yatagara's shadow? The hand. Take that! Think back to what is missing in our shadow. 5 long, thin, rare areas, correct? Now, what does that remind you of? Ah, that's right. It can only be the shadow of the Queen's left hand. Francisca, can we please adjust the spotlight's position so that it only shines on the Queen's left hand? Alright, let's give it a try and see what we got. Dun dun. It's... Yeah, this is exactly like the shadow I saw. The culprit must change the spotlight's positioning beforehand, and then pull the plug after people saw what the culprit wanted them to see. In their panic, the guests must have moved the spotlights around, which we can assume was also a part of the culprit's plan. By the time the lights came back on, the Yatagarasu shadow had vanished. Which means that the shadow was a construct from the very beginning. So you see, the Yatagarasu never did visit Albest tonight. The only country that the thief visited was Babal, although it can be assumed the Yatagarasu had an accomplice in Albest. An accomplice? But who? I haven't figured that out yet, but assume it was the person who set up the shadow show. I sense that the biggest clue yet to solving this case is the existence of this accomplice. Bum bum bum. Oh, I got healed. Who is this? How's the investigation going? Detective Bat, have you come to join us in investigating the Yatagarasu? I've left murder in Agent Lang's charge. My only target from the very beginning is the Yatagarasu, so yes. So, what have you found out? I got a piece of evidence. May I see it? Sure, but you might regret it. They're here because we are ready to face whatever may come. So if you please. When people heard a commotion, bystanders started gathering. One woman claimed, "I'm telling you, I'm a genuine international journalist." Oh no! I know who it is. She gave me an interesting picture. A journalist? Well, actually, she's a freelance cameraman. This is the photo I got from her. What in the world? The Yatagarasu, it's flying through the air. The times, they are changing. It's not just men. The evidence even may lie to us now. When was this photo taken? Apparently, right after the fires, when the 4th and 5th floors were put out. It was taken nearby building that you can see the embassy from. I see. So this was taken after the fire. The blur in this picture took off from above this embassy, flew over the boundary and headed for the embassy over Albest. This is simply not possible. People are incapable of flight. Is that a fact? I had the pleasure of dealing with a case involving a flying person once. Oh yeah, that one. It was very fun, wasn't it? I think it was a magician. Actually, come to think of it, I've come across a case that at SFL too, actually. It's the one that's like the Maximilian guy? Yeah, the one. Maybe it happens more often than we think. And am I up to the task of solving the mystery behind this photograph? Well, the Yatagarasu took off from Babyl's embassy, so I should start from there. Francisca, I need to return to the Babel investigation for a bit. Alright. Alright, let's go. I'll continue investigating on this side of the building. Alright, I'm counting on you. I don't recall moving so much from between areas back and forth, but it's alright. It's new. I'll come back, Miss Edgeworth. Now come on, let's get back to our investigation. As we know, we can count on Francisca. Yeah. What has come to do? Nothing. Secretariat's office. Body has been removed. To think, after all that running around, we're right back where we started. It would appear that way. Hi, Mr. Edgeworth. Have you found Mrs. Nee's killer yet? I'm terribly sorry, Ambassador Amalino, but I have yet to find this killer. Then I guess his murder really was the work of the Yatagarasu. Let's get one thing straight. It was the work of the fake Yatagarasu. The real Yatagarasu is a noble vigilante who is only out to steal the truth. Miss Faraday, please don't make such a sad face. If there's anything I can do for you, all you have to do is ask, alright? Mr. Palino. Actually, there's one thing you can do. Will you allow us to take another look around? We didn't have enough time to conduct a thorough investigation earlier. Oh sure, please feel free to investigate to your heart's content. Also, there are a few questions I'd like to ask you personally, Ambassador. If you'll bring a smile back to Miss Faraday's face, then I'll gladly answer anything. Thank you, Mr. Palino. You're a total gentleman. Ha ha ha, you don't have to waste such a nice word on me, little miss. Hey, Sir Palino. Those two sure got chummy awfully quickly. You know, it's easy to say we're going to investigate, but where should we begin? We should probably start comparing the state of this room before and after the fire. Then, we should look into the matter of the suspicious person you've spotted. Yeah, when I came into this room, the person was already gone. I'm willing to bet that the person I was chasing is Mr. Cochin's killer. We don't know that yet. However, it's hard to believe that person is unrelated. Furthermore, because the key to Yatagarasu store 7 years ago was found here, it signals that perhaps Miss Yu is also somehow involved. I knew it. That whole woman is almost definitely Mr. Cochin's killer. Yet again, we don't know that. There are too many mysteries to be solved here. Speaking of the Yatagarasu mysteries, I received a mysterious photo from Detective Bad. Uncle Bad? He's taking part in the investigation too? Yes, he's been chasing after Yatagarasu for all these years. Uncle Bad. Now then, I was told that this photo was taken just after the fire. What? This kind of looks like the person in the long coat I was chasing. Does this mean I was chasing after the fake Yatagarasu after all? I don't know the answer to your question, but I don't think people can fly either. This could be how that person escaped. Well, we'll need to investigate a bit more before we can say anything about that. In any case, let's not dawdle anymore and pick up our investigation where we left off. The window. You can see the Albastian embassy through this window. So where were you when you were investigating over there, Mr. Edgeworth? Ah, you can see it from here. I was there on the 5th floor. That's where Demas II was killed. What? You don't mean the Demas II? Oh, poor guy. As a fellow second-generation thief, I can't just turn a blind eye to this. Even though the Master Second was merely an imposter of the original? Okay. It appears that this area was heavily damaged by the fire. Yeah, I guess we should hurry up and get started examining everything. What about this? There is a bottle of Bubbles ink on Mr. Kochan's desk. It looks like there's still a lot of ink left inside. The seal is unbroken, so the fire probably couldn't get into the bottle to burn the ink. Mr. Palino, it looks like your precious Bubbles ink is right after all. What? That's odd. Ambassador, what do you mean by that? Well, it's just that there's something strange about the ink. Would you please mind elaborating on that statement for me, please? Okay. I have to walk over here to you. Now then, Ambassador, I'd like to ask you about your movements before the fire broke out. Before the fire? Which fire are you talking about? Which one? Which one? There was more than one tonight? Huh? Oh, I see. I guess you didn't hear about it. There are 2 fires here at the Bubbles Embassy tonight. What a bother of all that was. Wait, the only fire we know about is the one after the Jamming Ninja show. Ah, well, the first occurred at the start of Jamming Ninja shows. Luckily, only the 4th and 5th floors of our embassy caught on fire. Not wanting to cause a panic among the theater goers, we decided to keep it internal. Then, the fire after the Jamming Ninja show was the second one of the night. Exactly. So the fire I witnessed was the second one. Come to think of it, didn't Detective Bat make reference to the first fire? When was the first photo taken? Apparently, right after the fires on the 4th and 5th floors were put out. I suppose this means that the photo was taken just after the first fire was put out. Okay. So then, what was the extent of the damage in the second fire? The second fire was contained to this floor, the 3rd floor. I think it was leftover embers from the fire on the floors above it that caused it. That's, how should I put this, a very bad stroke of luck. My office on the 5th floor, Manny's office here, Manny himself, all gone in the blink of an eye. 2 fires broke out in Babao today. I feel so sorry for you, Mr. Palino. Oops, look at me going on and on. Now then, what was you wanted to ask again? We were discussing what your actions and whereabouts for today were, and if you happen to know what Mr. Kochan's actions and whereabouts were as well. Yes, very well. Let's see. I've been quite busy all day from the morning until now. First I woke up and then brushed my teeth. After that, I had a roll for breakfast. Fascinating. How about if you just skip to the relevant parts for me? Oh, you look like a condensed version? Alright, I can do that for you. So, what did Mr. Kochan and you do this morning? Well, originally, we were supposed to meet and shake hands with the Jamming Ninja. But Manny and I wanted to turn into a photo op, so we were here tidying up his office. You helped clean Mr. Kochan's office. Why were you not cleaning your own? Oh, I think I forgot to mention this. My office is currently undergoing renovations. Okay. Which is why both the Primitive statue and the Bubbles knife set are down here. I see. Oh, but the tidying didn't take much really. We just burned some files we no longer needed and expired coupons in the fireplace. That sounds really sus. I don't think tidying up involves burning documents, but okay. I bet cleaning up the fireplace must be a real pain though, huh? Ah, about that. I kind of forgot to clean the ashes out. Ha ha ha. I guess I'm our upper cricket without Manny here to get angry at me. An ambassador like yourself has been on the receiving end of a secretary's anger. Oh, he was very good at being very mad. Why, even just this morning, he got mad at me. I spilled some Bubbles ink onto the back wall when I was burning the files, you see. And he got mad at me, saying I should treat the ink with more respect. talk about the boss getting bossed around. That's about it for what we did this morning. Just some cleaning. Don't tell me you had no other work to do. Being ambassador and all. Now then, if you could tell me what you and Mr. Cochin did this afternoon. Well, Manny and I went down together to the theater near Charlie's. I had to be there at the start of the Steel Samurai stage, so after the show started, I wandered back to my office on the 5th floor alone. So, they were together until the start of the Steel Samurai show. A little while later, after I had straightened myself up a bit, I returned to the theater, because I was to take part in the photo op on stage at the end of the show. There was a commemorative photo op at the end. It was a fantastic photo of the three of us, Ambassador Alba, the Steel Samurai, and myself. After the photo shoot, I went back to my office on the 5th floor to prepare for my handshake photo op with a Jamin ninja. He seems to be a rather overworked for an ambassador. When I got to my office, it's when the first fire broke out and I escaped down the stairs. Our office was completely destroyed, but thankfully no one was hurt. I ran from the first fire as fast as my legs could carry me. But during the second one, I pitched in and helped the embassy staff put it out. So you didn't see Mr. Cochin again after the start of the Steel Samurai show? Yes, that's right. The next time I saw him, he was lying there in an eternal sleep. I see. Ambassador Palino, I thank you very much for your help. I'm sorry I couldn't be of more assistance, Mr. Archworth. If there is anything else, please don't hesitate to ask, alright? There is. I wonder if you might tell me what you noticed about Mr. Cochin's bottle of ink. I just thought we'd write it out, but during the second fire, Manny was worried about the office, so he came rushing back to it. I called out to him, and when I received no reply, I used my spare key to open the door. But when I did, I was greeted by roaring green flames. The flames were so big that I wasn't able to see into the room at all. The fire was green. What was the cause? Well, white crystal oil burns green when it's lit, as you can see by this lantern. Bubble ink is made from the same oil, which means it would also burn green. You know, I too had thought it was a man's ink that had caught on fire. But that's why I was surprised to find out there was still a bottle of ink left on his desk. The case of perplexing green flames. Talk about mystery. What exactly was it that caught on fire in here? I see. How about this fireplace? A fireplace, huh? So Babal's office have them too. Two? There is a fireplace in relatively the same location, the Alabastian office. However, we found something there that I'd rather not recall ever again. Still can't believe that we found that lady's undershirt in that fireplace. If it was that traumatizing, why don't you try creating new memories with this fireplace? We can climb inside and we can play hide and seek. And come out covered in soot. I think not. You have no sense of fun, Mr. Ashworth. Okay, so... is that the thing? Or do I need to do the thing to do the thing? No. Let me look at the desk again, I guess. Telephone? So I guess embassy phones are just like normal phones, huh? What did you imagine them to look like? I thought that Babel's would look like a flower and the receiver would be a butterfly. That way it looked like the butterfly receiver was sucking nectar from the flower base. If any country had a flower phone, it would be Albas, don't you think? Oh, and maybe the phone I envisioned would be from when they were Codopia? There's really no point in asking me about something that never existed in the first place. You know what you lack, Mr. Ashworth? Curiosity and imagination. Okay. There's only one book left standing here. Treasures of the World. Wait, what? Let me see that. I see. The most important part was blackened by the fire. Why? Cruel fate. Why? It looks like the map of where the treasures are located has been burned. Looks like a bunch of flyers with coupons attached to them. Well, sure gives away a lot of different coupons. Maybe I should create one of my own. I could call it the Great Thief Coupon. What kind of discount would that net you?
The five-finger kind, what else? I steal an extra thing or two for the bearer.
Things such as...
Which is the truth. What else would I steal?
What I won't give to Heaven Mountain of your coupons right about now. True. Oops. I guess that's it. Manny Cochin. His name is written here on this nameplate.
Why won't you put a nameplate with your name on it in your own office?
I suppose it's to inform people in the case they walked into the wrong room by mistake.
Do you think maybe it's also there to remind you of your own name if you forget?
Well, if either way, it's never a bad thing to set a nameplate on one's desk. Right, what about chair? Is the chair suspicious because it's not burnt? Looks like a very comfortable chair.
Well, it doesn't look all that broken, so why don't you try sitting on it?
No, I better not. It's very important that we preserve the crime scene at all times.
Wait, but you're always touching all sorts of things at crime scenes.
It's because I'm a prosecutor. It's part of my job to examine things.
My job is to be a great thief.
Which is exactly why you are not allowed to touch anything. Okay. How about the desk? It would appear that this desk also fell victim to the fire.
It doesn't look too damaged. Oh, I think we can rifle through the drawer a bit.
I suppose we really should take a look. Bum bum bum. This is a rather unusual shape for a notepad.
I suppose this must be
a souvenir from somewhere. I'm gonna deduce this. Bum, 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 bum. This. This shape of this notepad matches the shape of this note we found.
Hey, you're right. What is it? It looks like something straight out of Monument Valley. Ah, yes. That notepad is a souvenir from somewhere in your country. We've been collecting for the purpose of studying the museum.
Yes, I do. You do seem to be quite passionate about it.
Oh, would you look like to see my souvenir collection? I'd have to show it to you all.
Are you sure they haven't been burnt to a crisp by the fires? Ambassador Paleno, I wonder if you might recognize the handwriting on this note.
This looks like Mandy's handwriting.
I see. In that case...
Ooh, did you figure something out?
This note was found in Albest. Specifically, it was found being firmly grasped by the murdered Damask II.
Damask II? Then this note...
Yes, it was a request from Mr. Cochin from Damask II to steal the Minotaur statue.
What? Manny tried to steal Alabaster Minotaur's statue?
We would know for sure if we would run a handwriting analysis. Ambassador, do you have any documents that were handwritten by Mr. Cochin?
Yes, I can get a few and give them to you.
I'll have to ask Detective Gumshoe later to run the analysis.
I can't believe it that the Manny would even think of doing something like this.
Do you have any idea as to why he would have requested the theft of the statue?
There is one possibility, but mind you, it's just my personal speculation.
Anything you can tell me would be of great help, Ambassador. Alright, let's go. I believe that you said you might have an idea as to why Mr. Cochin hid Damask II.
Actually, I feared it may be my fault. As I was telling you earlier, we were to determine which statue was the real one as part of today's event. But because of the Yatagarasu and the fire here, that got cancelled, didn't it? Ha ha ha. I'm actually relieved that the rest of the event has been cancelled. What do you see? Babal's statue? Well, it's just a replica.
And did Mr. Cochin know that about Babal's primitive statue?
Of course he know. That's why he was the only person I could consult with. We'd have to do something once our statue was revealed as a replica. As to be expected, I was very nervous today, as this would impact our country's authority.
Yes, I understand.
Well, when I told the man of my concerns, he said, "Let me handle it. It'll all be alright. I'll find a way to make sure you're the ambassador for the reunited Cordopia." At the time, I thought he was trying to cheer me up. But then when I saw that note, I realized he was serious.
Mr. Cochin, conducted a lot of business behind your back. I assume he did all that to ensure that you are the next Kodopian ambassador. But why was he trying so hard, I wonder? He was so much better at getting things done than I ever was or will be. I don't have an answer yet as to why he was trying so hard. But I suspect he had an ulterior motive in mind beyond just simple kindness.
Oh, here you are, Mr. Edgeworth.
Detective Gumshoe, have you collected the information I requested?
Yup, got it all right here, sir. Here you go, Kay. Feel free to take a look. It's for you, after all.
What's all this, Gummy?
It's all information on this room that I got from Amazon to poor people. Now we know exactly how this room was before and after the fire.
Good work, Detective.
Oh, it was nothing, sir. I'm an expert at getting people to talk.
Oh, you two remind me so much of my father and Uncle Bad. What do you mean? As prosecutor and detective, your dynamic is just like theirs back in the day. Now, don't you worry. I'm going to find my own wonderful partner someday. When I do, I'm going to become a good Yatsukarasu, just like my father, right? Please don't ask me questions to which I have no answers to, okay? However, I can say that it's truly a wonderful thing to find a partner you can trust. You bet. So what now, Mr. Edgeworth? Well, I'd like to ask you for a favor. Yes? That gadget of Mr. Thief, is it? That thing you call your secret weapon. Oh, you mean Little Thief? You're coming to rely on it, aren't you? I don't need a crutch like that. I'm only asking because I need it for investigation. From the information Detective Gumshoe gathered and the ambassador's testimony, I'd like you to please recreate this room as it was during the third floor fire. You got it. Alright, here we go. Dark skies of evening, when no other bird dares take wing, one alone remains all-seeing. Now, witness the true power of a real modern-day Robin Hood. Wang. It seems there are other things besides what the ambassador mentioned that have changed. It's possible that we might find the escape route the person's case saw use as well. Oh, what is this? Is it some sort of Elijah I was not told about? This is the power of a true vigilante. It's recreating the room with the info I inputted. Really? That is certainly one interesting device you have there, Miss Faraday. I believe it's about time we return to our investigation. This one. Looks like one of Babalith's knives were already missing before the fire began. So it would seem. Especially since the other two knives handles were burnt away. The remaining handle was swapped out with a handle from the real murder weapon. Babal's national treasure was stolen. Poor Babal, don't you think? I'm not sure I would lump the replica statue in with the rest of Babal's woes. This grandfather clock was apparently in a different position before the fire.
According to the staff members, the clock was flush against the wall before the fire, sir.
Which means that most likely it was moved by someone during the fire. Speaking of which, it's totally 11 o'clock now, but I don't hear any chiming. Huh, that's odd. It was still chiming right on the dot and every hour this morning. Maybe the fire damaged its internal mechanisms or something? Ambassador Pelliano, maybe we'll take a look inside that clock. Sure, go right on ahead. Detective Gumshoe, if you could please inspect the insides of this clock.
Yes, sir. I'm on it. Mr. Edgeworth, I found this inside, sir.
It looks like a length of wire, so this is what caused the clock to stop chiming. What was the long length of wire doing inside this clock in the first place? Why would someone do this to such a valuable clock? It sounds like it wasn't Mr. Pelliano that put the wire in there. And perhaps it was Mr. Kojin's killer who did. It's the charred remains of a fallen ceiling fan. Oh, I've seen a few of this before. Spin around and around and play music. I believe you're thinking of a musical mobile for babies. Yes, that's it. But they're nothing alike. Totally alike. You spin those babies right round like a record. I see. I guess I can see how you might think that. How do I examine the charred remains of the ceiling fan? Oh, I've seen a few of this before. Wait, no, this is the same thing. So Papa is really into pushing their tourism industry, huh? Yes, it'll be that way. You know, I really love to take a trip. Hey, why don't you take one after this case? Do you really have a destination in mind? Well, I'd like to go somewhere where I can continue my thief training. Well, if you want to learn the fine art of stealth, perhaps you should visit the studio where they make the Jammin' Ninja TV show. Hey, that's actually a really great idea, Miss Ashworth. I can't believe she took me seriously. Okay, I thought the pile of money was relevant, but apparently not. A fireplace, huh? So Babao's office have them too. Two? Oh wait, this is the same thing. Yeah, it's the same thing. Same thing, but I can't skip it. You can't see it obviously through this window. Okay, it's also the same thing. No, kill my hand. I'm wasting my time. About the chair. Is there something special about the chair? Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to move all the way there. It looks like a very comfortable chair. Well, it doesn't look all that broken, so why don't you oh man, this is another same thing, bruh. Make me click on all this again, just to tell me the thing again. Because the dust is largely unchanged from before the fire. It just got a little burnt, that's all. It's a very fine desk. I'm sure that even now it's still useful. If it's that great, why don't you trade your test with it? No. It's just a suggestion. You don't have to get all monolithic on me, you know? In fact, this must be the large green flames Ambassador Perino saw. With flames like this, it's no wonder you couldn't get in. Okay, by the time we came into this room, had the fire already been put out? Yeah, the fire had died out or something by that time. This fire in here only burned from the time the fire started on the 3rd floor. Until the Yatagarasu appeared and caused a stir in the Baba, I suppose. This Mr. Perino was just lucky enough to run into this fire as it was burning, huh? Yes, you could put it that way. Since you were the first to discover the body, you can assume that no one else entered the room until that time. No one other than the person you were chasing, of course. I knew it. That person I saw was definitely up to no good. I mean, that person could even be Mr. Kojin's killer. That's very likely to be the case. After all, that person came into this room before you, and must have chosen this room precisely because they knew no one would be in here. Okay, then maybe the green fire was where it was to prevent anyone from coming in. Then what did the person set on fire to make the green flames? Whatever it is that the person burned, it made a rather sizable fire. And since the fire's green, well, we've seen something that burns green, right? It's a bit tinier than these flames, but you get what I mean. Yes, I do believe that what you are thinking is exactly why these flames are green. A truly violated piece of evidence burns the same color as these green flames. Fire-related piece of evidence burns the same colors. This thing?
Take that!
This is a silhouette lantern. Its green flame comes from the white crystal oil it's burning. Yeah, that's the fire I was thinking of too. I love the green it gives off. I think we've now established the green flames were caused by the white crystal oil. Furthermore, we know that there is only one other thing made from white crystal oil. Oh, you mean that thing Miss Sparrow was mistaken about, right? Yes, precisely. As we found out earlier in our investigation.
What? I don't get it. Can you fill me in, sir?
Fine, I suppose. I'll explain it in a way that even you can understand. This is the thing made from white crystal oil that Ambassador Perino was mistaken about. Barbalus ink. Barbalus ink is made from white crystal oil.
Oh, so it should burn the same color as the flames in the lantern, right?
Yes, precisely. However, the green flames in this room were not from a bottle of Barbalus ink. Because we found the ink Mr. Cochin used on his desk, right? Yes, however, we know that Mr. Cochin was smuggling the ink in massive quantities. Now, what do you suppose he made using all that ink? I believe what he made with that ink is the answer to what gave birth to the green flames. Oh yeah, I'm beginning to really feel the energy coming from you, Mr. Edgeworth. Heh, it would appear that I finally found it. Smuggling rings real go. Made of Barbalus ink, this is the source of the green flames. It's very simple, it's this thing. What would consume the grade of a volume of ink to make? That would be the counterfeit bills that a smuggling ring made and are circulating in Jungfa. You're kidding! You're saying that it was Mr. Cochin who made the counterfeit bills? I am. I believe he could even go so far as to say that he stole Babal's printing press. Ambassador Mr. Cochin has permission to freely use the printing press, correct? Why yes, and I do remember seeing him use it in the middle of the night. But never did I think he was using it for such a foul deed. Ambassador, because of the Secretary's crimes, you will need to investigate. You will need to be investigated as well. Yes, I suppose so. We've caused a bit of trouble for a few countries, haven't we? It's my duty to search out all who shielded Mr. Cochin and concealed his crime. Or they are the ones who started the fire in order to destroy the evidence. So I need to talk to you? No. I need to talk to this pale cash? No. Or maybe I should like present the counterfeit item. I can't believe that the Barbalus ink was being used in such an evil scheme. If people were to find out, that would really tarnish the global image of Babal. That is really bad. Really, really bad. Oh, Babal's in a bind now. Is it just me or do his words not match his facial expressions? So that's not it yet? How about this thing? This safe wasn't open at the time of the fire. You could tell because the inside wasn't burnt, right? Yes, and thanks to this safe's fire resistance, the smuggling evidence was preserved. Aren't safes great? They always held a wonderful promise of treasures within. Well, this one certainly did have a few inside. So by this time, the primitive statue had already been swapped, right? It must have been. This one is covered in soot. What lousy timing. Just as the two countries were about to become friends again too. It'd been better if I had stolen it than for it to get caught up in that fire. Okay, I think I understand your sentiment. However, if you were to engage in that, I can't look the other way, right? If you could please stop stealing my lines. Damn. Okay, guess not. Do I have anything to combine? It's connected to the neighboring room's fire. The belt is undergoing renovations from top to bottom. I talked to Gumshoe. Exactly. You took part in the Inshu Baba investigation, correct?
Yep, sure did. I also helped out put out 4 fires, sir. That first fire took me by surprise. A tough time escaping the 5th floor. First I tried the elevator, but I guess someone else had to say mine because it wasn't used. If I had remembered to use the statue before, I'd be burned to a crisp.
Oh wait, that's odd. We always warn our staff that in the case of a fire, it's dangerous to use the elevator. Oh. Maybe someone wrote it in a fit of panic? Detective, did you see the Yatagarasu that came into the Barbalist embassy at all?
I did personally, and the other staff members told me they never got a good look at that person either, sir.
I wonder if you could tell me a bit more about what you discovered, Detective.
The second fire broke out around the time the Yatagarasu was spotted in our base. There's also when a suspicious person was spotted in Babal, which caused some panic.
So no one was able to get a good look at this Yatagarasu that entered Babal.
Yeah, all they saw was a mysterious person wearing a long coat. But that's not enough to make a positive ID, you know.
Still, it was enough to make the people who received the calling card panic even more. Person in a long coat. Sounds like the exact same person I saw. The Yatagarasu that appeared in Albaz was proven to be just a fabrication, a shadow. In light of that fact, the Yatagarasu that appeared in Babal is also suspect. Can't be serious. Not when we're this close to capturing the fake... Callisto you. So the Yatagarasu appeared, caused mass confusion, killed Mr. Kochan, then disappeared. By the way, Detective, why did you not chase after the Yatagarasu?
I did. Well, this embassy is huge, sir. I got separated from the other staff members I was with. I was lost for a while there.
Didn't even memorize the layout of the building you were to guard, Detective.
I'll be sure to do that from now on, sir. You know, it was next to Mr. B. Lost that I was able to come to Kate's rescue.
Oh, is that a fact?
Yeah, it was where I was lost and wandering around in the third floor hallway, sir. I heard a scream. I headed towards it right away.
Oh, and that's probably from when I found Mr. Kochan's body.
Yeah, I thought it sounded like her. I got real worried and ran as fast as I could.
It was thanks to Miss Gami that Miss Shina was not able to take me away. He covered for me until you got here, Miss Ashworth. Oh, I see. So he can be useful once in a blue moon.
Yeah, it's too bad that Agent Shina got here before I did.
I wonder where Agent Shina was before you found her here.
Well, just before I got to this room, I saw her coming out of the room next door.
Agent Shina mentioned something about chasing the Yatagarasu herself earlier.
Well, she barely helped in putting out the first fire. And during the second fire, I heard she was busy chasing the Yatagarasu.
She seems to be a very dedicated agent. You would do well to learn from her. Jing jing jing, it's a fireplace, is it? Yes, it's a fireplace!
Why are you pointing at me when you say that, sir?
I've examined everything in this office, but there's one thing that bothers me. Perhaps I should ask Ambassador Palino about it. Ambassador Palino, there's something I'd like to ask you about.
Yes?
About this office. It appears to me to be very similar to Ambassador Alba's office. For example, the location of the fireplace and the position of the grandfather clock. That's right. If you've also paid a visit to the Albastian side of the embassy, our two embassies actually used to be one. Yes, I know. Even the pamphlet mentioned that. Which is why the building is bilaterally symmetrical. So no matter which room, the location of the fireplace and like are exactly the same. Even where the art is located is the same, as my room is currently under renovation. We worked hard to make Manny's room look like the ambassador's office. For your handshake photo with the Jammy Ninja. Yes, that's right. I mean, what's a photo like that worth if it's not taken in the ambassador's office, right? Yet another odd expression of Babal's obsessively competitive spirit with Albaz. I take it. Thank you, Ambassador. That piece of information is all I need to connect the dots. Connect what the dots? Well, anyway, I'm glad I was able to be of help. Okay. Ka-chong, ka-chong. Ka-ching. Our bastion and bubbly sides of the building are symmetrical to each other. As we know that to be a fact that this room's fireplace may also hide a secret passageway. A secret passageway? In Albas, the fireplace turned out to have a revolving back wall. A revolving wall? It sounds like something out of a Minjar house.
Whoa, there was a trick like that built in the fireplace, sir.
What? This embassy holds that kind of a secret? There seems to be a lot about this room that you don't know about, Ambassador. I guess it's time to pay the bill for letting Manny do so much work for me. Please, I really want to know about the real Manny and what you know about this room. What are you waiting for, Mr. Ashworth? Let's get to the bottom of this. Agreed. My first thought is that it's likely the killer used a revolving fireplace. Looks like just another fireplace though, doesn't it? So how do you turn it again? In all this, I had to push where the X was on the far wall of the fireplace.
Oh, I see an X back there, sir. Let's see what happens when I push it. Oh, you scared me, sir.
There's something about this fireplace that lies in contradiction to the facts. Huh? You found an X where you thought there'd be one, right? We did, but that's not what I was referring to. Something is missing from this scene. What does this contradiction mean for us? I won't rest until I've inspected everything suspicious. I'm not sure actually. I see inside the fireplace a starter wood. Huh? That's odd. It doesn't match up with Mr. Palino said earlier. What's the meaning of this contradiction? Do I have evidence about something? Spill bubbles ink onto the... Oh yeah, they were burning files. Master Palino, you said that you burned some old files in this fireplace today, correct? Yes, I burned quite a few files this morning actually. And after you did, you forgot to clean out the ashes from the fireplace, correct? That's right. But why are you asking? And why are you making such a scary face? I'm sorry. I mean, I am a bit intimidating when I'm serious. In any case, take a good look at this fireplace and tell me what you find odd about it. Let's see. Huh? Where did all the ashes go? What's the meaning of this, Mr. Ashworth?
You don't really think that Mr. Ambassador Palino is lying, do you?
No, there's no reason for him to lie. I don't believe his testimony is wrong either. It's the fireplace that is causing the contradiction. Okay, I wonder if you might update the fireplace data for me. You got it. I'll add in the ashes from the burnt files and... Sounds like we pretty much figured everything out, huh? Well, it was nothing. All I did was follow where our leads led us. I sense it coming on. You're about to dazzle us again, right?
Oh, you mean that? Well, it's what Mr. Ashworth is known for, you know.
There is really no need for you two to dance around the name of what I'm about to do. Okay. I'm gonna dazzle y'all. The reason as to why the ashes are missing is simple. It's not because someone cleaned them up, right? No, because even if someone did sweep them up, the fireplace is too clean for that. Ambassador Palino said that he spilled some Burberry's ink while he was burning the fires, and yet there is not a trace of the spilled ink on the back wall anywhere. Well then, I don't know what happened. Well, I'll tell you what happened. The two sides were switched. By using the revolving fireplace wall, ashes were moved into the neighboring room, which means that this is a clear indication that the fireplace was used. And you mean the person I was chasing disappeared from this room through there? Yes, I believe the person you were in pursuit of is Mr. Cochin's killer. After committing the murder, escaped through the fireplace. Oh, Miss Ashworth, You figure out the killer's escape route. I have, but this is only the beginning. Now we have to chase the killers down. So I can do this now, right? Ching. If the killer used the fireplace in this room to escape into the next, and it's only logical for us to talk with the person who is in the neighboring room.
Well, the person that was in the next room was... It was that person, sir.
Yes, Detective Agent Schna. What do you mean talk? Just arrest her. Investigation complete. It's looking more and more like Mr. Sheena is the killer, isn't it? Let's not jump into conclusions yet. We need to go through what we know so far. She came running straight into this room from the next one and instantly accused you. Furthermore, she claimed that it could only have been you that killed Mr. Cochin. I don't have any proof yet, however, I know she is hiding something from us. Okay then, why don't we go ask Miss Sheena herself? No, not yet. There's something that needs to be done first. Detective Gumshoe.
Sir, is it my turn to do something, Mr. Ashworth?
Yes, I have a two-part special assignment for you. First, I need you to run the handwriting analysis on Damascus' second snow.
Okay, I'll get the lab boys on that right away.
Second, I want you to see if you can fit through that revolving fireplace wall.
Right now, sir.
No, next decade. Of course now! We need to test our hypothesis first, don't we?
Go on.
Sorry.
Go on, Gummy. You can do it.
I mean, she is so huge though. Yeah, they're trying to prove that only a small sized person can go in through it. I'm sure that's what Edgeworth wants to do.
Alright, I'm gonna do this like a real man. Here I go, through the fireplace and back.
You shouldn't need to psych yourself out that much for such a simple task, Detective.
Oh, rolling sci-fi was really did turn.
It's so neat. Now I want to try going through there too.
There really is a secret passageway through there. I had no idea.
It would appear that the ash really was pushed into the other room. Furthermore, the bubbleless ink you spilled, Ambassador, is there on the back wall.
Okay, here I go, sir.
Detective, I'd like you to go through there under the same conditions as the killer.
Oh, there's all that ash and stuff.
And your point is? Now, we're short on time, so if you could please hurry up through. Oh, okay, it's now, well, I guess we're like proving two things. A big guy can go in through it, or also if you go through it, you'll be covered in crap.
Oh, yes, sir.
Okay, so now we pretty much have the whole picture, right?
No, not yet. There remains a few more mysteries to solve, such as the Yatagarasu's whereabouts, the other smuggling ring members, the two weapons that made it cross the border, the key Miss Yu stole 7 years ago. In fact, we haven't figured out a thing regarding how Miss Yu is related to these embassies. Mr. Ashworth, a number of pieces connect in a very complicated way in this case. It's almost enough to make one completely mentally exhausted. Yes, I am kind of mentally exhausted with all this information. What are you saying?
What are you saying, Mr. Ashworth? I thought you were the one who said that it's easy if you follow leads.
Was that supposed to be an impression of me, Kay?
It's info gathering you need. Yami and I can help with that. And all you have to do is show off your fancy schmancy logical deductions.
Show off? Does it seem like I'm being boastful when I do that?
Let's not overcomplicate matters, okay, Miss Edgeworth? Been so focused like a laser on only what seems strange and out of place. It's now no wonder nothing's clicking and we haven't unlocked anything yet. If we think things through calmly, the answer should come to us.
Okay.
It's the sort of thing I say to myself. When I'm practicing how to unlock padlocks, you know.
That is something that I hope practice doesn't make perfect for your sake. Yay! Looks like you're back to your straight-laced self again.
Mr. Ashworth, I'm back, sir.
Yes, I can see that. Good work, detective.
Looks like you can use that fireplace like a door, sir.
Are you alright, Gummy?
I'm okay. It's just a bit of ash and dust, that's all.
Your jacket has gotten quite filthy. I see the ham has practically turned black.
Yeah, well, quite a bit of unburnt ink got on it, sir.
I see. Thank you, detective. You did a fine job. I even paid a cleaning bill for the trench coat.
What? Oh no, sir. I could never. It's just my old coat, sir. It was a coat I actually care about. I can't clean, but you know.
I see. Very well then, as you wish. Okay, that was quick. So because Gummy was able to climb through the fireplace, we know it can be used, right? Yes, but that's not all we learned. We actually learned one other important fact. And that is... I will have to explain it to you later. Right now, we need to deal with the handwriting analysis. Detective Gumshoe?
Yes, sir. I'll be back before you know it.
The handwriting analysis on Mr. Cochin's handwriting will take a bit of time. Let us go and wait in Theater Neutralis, along with Agent Lang and Agent Schna. To be continued. Bom bom bom. All right. So this will be it. Thank you for watching. Hope you I gotta end it here. It's been like what, 3 hours, almost 4 hours. But yeah, hope you all enjoyed this session, and can't wait to find out more. Probably we're gonna like interrogate Shina now. Yeah, things are going to reveal more and more now, I believe. Yeah, it's gonna be what it call, more things now to figure out and stuff. Probably we'll have another 2 sessions, definitely. At this rate, I can feel like this is still like not the ending part. Then when it comes to the ending part, it's gonna be like super long, so that will take like another session. Anyways, I hope you enjoy all this. Anyone that's watching the VOD and all that, and we'll be back in another session. All right. Ooh. Take care, everyone. Stay hopeful, but be critical. Bom, bom, bom.